Check, check, check. All right, sounds good. Noti's going out. Live stream pulled up. Let's make sure we turn up the quality for this. 1080p. All right, let's do this. We got 6 minutes until the Edge of Fate developer live stream. I actually don't remember if they mentioned what today is going to be about. I think they're going to be talking about like the location and stuff like that, but let me see real quick if they mentioned it. Was it in the last TWAB? Yeah, details about Armor 3.0, new ability stat system, show you some new weapons and more. Okay, so we got a couple things we're gonna get to see today. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, what's going on, Doe? Or JX? What do you prefer, JX, Doe? Am I saying your name right? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. But what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. What's going on, Sticks? See you in the YouTube chat. JX is good. I bet. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. Obviously, we're streaming a little bit earlier today because of the Bungie live stream, which is going to get started in about 5 minutes. I was just reading through the TWAB here in the intro part, but today is going to be covering some details about Armor 3.0, the new ability stat system. We're going to get to see some new weapons, and they say some more stuff. So hopefully we get some pretty good details. This is only going to be part 1. There is going to be a part 2. I think we have the date for that, but I'll check that later on. But today, the 24th, is going to be the live stream, and I think there's going to be a blog post to go along with this too. So we'll find out in a moment. I know DMG was asking if the community had some questions on Twitter. We dropped him a question. We asked some questions in the Discord. We asked folks if they had questions in the Discord. And I think the one that I ended up posting was about raid armor and gear tiers. Because like it is kind of an interesting thing. It's like, you know, with gear tiers coming and armor set bonuses and whatnot, like are raids and dungeons, are those gonna have their own armor set bonuses? Because I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool. But you know, we'll see. I'm excited, dude. We got like 3 weeks left until Edge of Fate. It's kind of crazy that we're already in pretty much July. And I don't know where everybody else is located at, but I'm in New York, bro, and it is 104 degrees right now or something like that. It's hot. So if you guys are on the East Coast in the US or wherever you are, if it's hot, hopefully you guys are staying cool. All right, let me actually just pull up the Bungie website because they might drop a blog post while they do this stream. I can put this on the side here. But if you're here for the live stream, we got about 3 more minutes until it kicks off. I'm gonna keep the Bungie website up because yeah, they might drop something. I know they gave us like a bunch of dates and I wrote them down somewhere. There's like a bunch of dates. There's supposed to be like blog posts, developer live streams, all that kind of stuff. I don't know what I did with that. I misplaced it. Okay. Good to know the YouTube chat is working. Okay, this is good. This is good. Let me see. Trying to see if I can find those dates for y'all. But that was a couple of TWABs ago. I don't know if anybody remembers those dates, but like the dates that we're supposed to get the live streams and the blog posts and all that kind of stuff. I don't remember if it was a blog post or a tweet. It might have been a tweet. Yeah, they gave us like a ton of Right of the Nine stuff. Those changes. Oh, I think we're about to start, chat. I think we're about to start. It's 12:59. We got 1 more minute. Let's do it. Let me make this full screen. Yep, it's set to 1080. All right. Let's do this. If you guys need me to turn up the volume or anything like that, if the volume is too low, just let me know and I'll be sure to give it a little boost. If you're hanging out in the YouTube chat or Twitch chat, let me know if you guys see any lag or anything like that, and I'll try to fix that right up for you. All right, here we go, chat. Let's do it. Oh, we get a trailer first?
So Kepler's a place touched by the Nine, concealing a lot of secrets and danger. And it's somewhere that human scientists traveled to a long time ago to research a dormant singularity. While living on Kepler, not only did they observe the collapse, they survived it. And over time, the ideals of the scientific process they held to were enshrined in their culture, and they came to be known as the Ionians.
Oh, shit.
The Eliksni House of Exile arrived during the Dark Age, weary from the Long Drift. They didn't invade Earth with the other Eliksni houses. Instead, they sought a new home, which they found alongside the Ionians. But the dark matter that permeates Kepler and that they converted into the ether they need to survive ended up being toxic. So when the Ionians failed to cure them, the house rose up under an archon, claiming to be blessed with prophetic sight. Now, the House of Exile is full of zealots, and they'll stand opposed to the Guardian as they walk the winding pathways of Kepler, learning more about what called them there in the first place. Guardian's paracausal power acts as a catalyst for the normally corrosive force of dark matter. These new powers will allow them to unlock long sealed passageways for the Ionians as they make their way to the singularity at the core of the planetoid.
So from the start, we focused on building Kepler as more of a dungeon-like destination. It expands on the interconnected world design of places like the Leviathan or the Shattered Throne.
As you fight your way across Kepler, you tap into dark matter abilities and unlock enemy tech that expands your navigation and aids you in combat. These are all about going places you would normally think are out of reach.
Matterspark has you turn into this wild...
How do we feel about Matterspark? I've been kind of iffy on it as a feature.
Before. The Mattermorph ability lets you twist the objects in the world around you.
With Relocator,
like, I wonder how linear this is going to feel, you know what I mean?
And can use it to cross gaps you wouldn't have even considered before.
It'll be the small tells, an open vent, a broken window, things you want to remember because you might be revisiting them later.
Abilities can be upgraded, so as you unlock new perks, you can change your build crafting in clever ways.
By far, the most game-changing is one of Matterspark's upgrades. On Kepler, it lets you turn into Matterspark the same way you'd summon a sparrow, wherever and whenever.
You're literally a ball of lightning just running around.
Also combat on future playthroughs in super creative ways. There are tons of cool combinations. You can suspend an enemy with Mattermorph.
New weapon.
Bend a path up toward the sky. And then in mid-air, leap into Matterspark to dash across the arena and arc chain a group of enemies.
The team has already seen players pairing abilities with different exotic perks and aspects to create some really crazy builds.
We know this is only the beginning.
Wait, hold up, chat. Conductor? Y'all saw the conductor? I see the conductor. Interesting. Yo, what's going on, Palmer? What's up, my dude? Bro, I don't...
All right. Hello.
The Matterspark stuff I'm still a little iffy on, but we'll give it a chance. Let's see.
Live stream. This will be the first live stream that we have leading into launch. Big shout out to the folks that
we got DMG on the couch chat.
We were just talking about Kepler, destination abilities, some of the secrets of Kepler and the Aeonians, but we're going to leave that for a later date for you to discover. Today we're going to be talking a bunch about Sandbox.
Matterspark isn't wowing me yet, and I don't know how, you know what I mean? Like, how linear are those puzzles? Is it just one solution, like you just go, you interact, and then it's solved? Or is there actually like a puzzle mechanic to it? You know, like how open-ended is it?
But yeah, let's start out with Eric. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Dylan.
Yeah. For folks that maybe haven't seen you on a previous live stream where you've talked about burst weapons and all the cool ability stuff, who are you? What do you do?
Sure. I'm Eric Smith, gameplay lead on Destiny 2, and I'm excited to dive into our Sandbox changes.
Awesome. Vivian,
Eric is good people, good
welcome to the
people.
live stream format. We've seen you on Vidocs from time to time, but yeah, for folks that haven't met you, seen you on our Vidocs. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm Vivian Bex. I'm a.
I think she
Sandbox
was on a
designer
live stream
Destiny.
before, chat,
I get the
where
privilege of making, like, a lot of the
what
toys
was that?
players get to use,
I
you
think
know,
it
like
was when we
weapons and
got.
stuff. Recently, I've kind of been all over the
Was that
Sandbox
Final
scene,
Shape? I
and
want to
I'm
say it was
very
Final
excited.
Shape. Yeah, when we got Still Hunt and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think she was on that one.
We'll get into that in a minute. And last but not least, end of the couch, Bjorn. Taylor Bjorndal. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Who are you?
My
What do you
bad.
do here, buddy?
Yo, appreciate the 18 months
associate
jokes.
Weapons designer,
What's good, what's
Sandbox
good?
designer. I've also bounced around and done a lot of
Yo,
stuff.
my guy was zoned out
Excited
just now.
to
He
talk
didn't
about
know where he
all
was.
The million things we changed.
Yeah, right. I think the last time we had you on the couch, we were talking grid skipper roles and things like
Yeah,
that.
it's been a bit.
Yeah. So as we're diving into this, we have quite a bit to go through in the show. And to start, we're actually going to be in the shooting range. We're going to have our gameplay specialist going through, showing you some of the new weapons, some of the new ability.
Okay, new machine gun chat.
But this will be playing in the background. You'll see them tuning.
By the
a couple
way, the
different
new shooting
enemies,
range is going to be
playing around,
available
damage
day
types,
one.
that kind of stuff.
It will be available
panel,
on
though,
day
let's
one.
talk
It was going to be
Armor
available
3.0.
3 weeks in, but they changed
Eric,
that.
if we can talk about, like, where did we start with ammo?
Yeah, what
Where
up,
was it
Logic?
Back in the day, where are we going? What's the high-level vision for our changes?
Yeah, so when Destiny 2 launched, we had armor in the game, but there were 3 stats. There were no mods available.
There's gonna be a lot of
And then
information,
with
chat, so everybody pay
Shadowkeep,
attention.
We hit armor 2.0, where we added 3 additional stats for a total of 6, and armor mods as well. And this is the next evolution for the new saga of Destiny 2. In Armor 3.0, we are adding, or we're reworking the stats. We're adding set bonuses, and we are adding gear tiers as well.
Yeah.
And the kind of the goals with Armor 3.0. So one, we want to make armor more exciting and desirable. When's the last time you saw a purple armor drop?
The hell was
and
that?
You were, thrilled to go pick it up and see what was inside. And then we want to rework the stats to make sure no stat is left behind, no stat feels mandatory, and give you further depth of build crafting in your armor roles, essentially.
Yeah, and then an underlying goal as well.
The
that I've seen
deepening
you
of build
execute
crafting, I
on
think, is gonna be a
and
good thing
Team
overall,
Really
chat.
Is approachability. There are a lot of new UI tools where you're hovering over perks, stats, all that kind of stuff. You're seeing actual percentages. You're seeing more full
15-minute break.
descriptions
Let's
for
see how much I
things,
can glean before you
helping
get back to
newer players
work.
Or returning players get reacquainted with the sandbox of Destiny.
Yeah, in this release and in coming releases, we are absolutely focusing on making the game easier to digest and understand what's going on. And this, looking at the shooting range here, is a great example of this, like where I can just go and see how much damage I'm doing, and test out my weapons, test out these builds, and see.
This is gonna be a highly used tool, chat. For veterans and new
Yeah, you can
players,
load it
the
in
shooting
with
range
a
is
full
gonna be
Fire Team 6
huge.
If you want to check out raid boss damage, or just come in here by yourself if you're on Discord talking friends, shooting the stuff. So let's really quick talk about stats. This is one of the major overhauls. A couple things are leaving.
I don't know if we got any build crafters in the chat or
Really
people
quick, if you
who
could get a quick
want to get
scroll
into
through
build
some of the
crafting, but
stats.
I think this is gonna
Go
be a
ahead and give
perfect
us-
time to jump in and
Yeah.
learn, because
So we've removed
the
some
system is
stats.
gonna be
We've
pretty
removed
deep,
resilience,
but
we've
I think it's gonna be
removed,
pretty approachable.
recovery,
and mobility.
yes, and mobility. So instead, starting from the top, we got health, then we have melee and grenade, super, class, and then our weapon stat. So this is an entirely new suite of stats, does different things. All of our stats now, instead of going to 100, they go to 200. So once you go above 100, you get an additional benefit put on top of the 0 to 100 benefit. And these, on the ability side, we are giving you kind of your uptime and how much energy you're getting in the 0 to 100 range. And then the 100 to 200 range, we're increasing things like damage, things like survivability, which is somewhere we've never really, gone into. And it's going to really give players more tools to customize their build, kind of pinpoint a single, like, I'm gonna be this badass grenade thrower that's just doing shit tons of grenade damage, or I could be more defensive or more weapon focused and all.
Bro,
those
what is
things.
this machine gun with
we
this
haven't
missile?
had like a weapon stat before, and it's sometimes been you'd have to like hook into the artifact to make like a true weapons build, and we've kind of pushed further into that world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we saw some questions specifically about the weapon stat and PvP. I know y'all have been
What's up,
balancing
Logan?
in the PvP, making sure this
Wonder
kinda
if there's
like
a way to
cherry on
test
top, it
PvP.
doesn't
That's
change
a
the
good
time
question. I'm
too
not
much.
sure.
But it's
I'd
kind of
imagine
like
there will be,
cost
though.
balancing factor, right? If you want that extra damage, you lose out on grenades, things like that.
Sure, yeah. So if you want to go all in on weapons, like your weapons are going to be more potent than they were before, but it's at the expense of your other abilities and that sort of thing. So we have done extensive testing to make sure we're not breaking PvP. That said, you know, in the first day that this comes out, the amount of hours being put into this by genius members of the community is going to dwarf what we've done. So it's a little bit scary how much
That's usually how it
we've
goes,
actually
though.
put in this. The team's worked so hard across the entire game. Everything you hear today it's not apples to apples with the pre-Edge of Fate numbers and feel of the game. It really.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna have to get in there and
just
really
changed
like
so
test
much.
stuff out,
It's very
chat. Because
It's not really.
Yeah, it's
easy
gonna
to
be
compare the
different.
Experience of what's gonna be in the next release too.
yo, Miles with the 22. What's going on,
But
Miles?
still feels
What's
like
up? What's
Destiny.
up?
Yeah, it's that
It's like-
quintessential feel of I got
You
my
just
gun, I
made it
have my
just in time for your
abilities, but now
favorite part,
it's
bro.
How much agency
I know
do
you're
I
gonna be
have in
living
leaning
in the
into some
shooting
of these
range.
things and embracing like a role-playing mechanic.
Yeah.
One of the cool things is like internally, I think the most common thing we say on like our Sandbox channel now is just like.
I don't know,
emerged as,
chat. I do
"Man,
think
can't
there
wait
will
for
be a
900."
PvP
The
element
Sandbox
to
is
the
really
testing,
exciting. There's a lot of
but
really specific builds you can do.
'cause I don't
If you
see
wanna
why
be
they
a
would
melee
make
guy, you
this
can be the melee guy more
and
than
not
ever
include that.
before, right? And it's. I think we're gonna see some really crazy stuff.
Speaking of embracing some of these different
Oh,
lanes,
shit, not the
we actually
wyverns.
have 3 new exotics coming with the Edge of Fate. Each class is going to get 1 new exotic. Each embrace a different sort of vibe or theme, and yeah, you can see them on screen. I think first we're going to start with the Warlock exotic, and Bjorndal, you have all the details.
Sure. Yeah, so first we have Yunoya, which is Warlock exotic themed around the Hellion aspect. What this does is after your Hellion fires, after a certain amount of time, the projectile is going to shatter into a bunch of submunitions that will like seek nearby units.
I mean, I don't play
scorch
much
them.
Warlock, chat,
So
but
kind of like
I feel like
adds
this
a
one's gonna
little
be
bit of, like, skill
really
play to
overused.
something that was kind of more of a passive aspect in the past.
Yeah,
'Cause Hellion is, like,
in the
really
shooting range,
free.
We can see like it can be both a single target or a group sort of ad clear exotic, right?
Yeah. It can kind of serve multiple roles, just kind of like amping up something that was like a trusty.
Like I feel like out of
old tool
all
to
the
do
exotics,
something
this is probably gonna be the most
or
used.
that you have to like manually aim.
Yeah, and you can like, because it like splits in mid-flight, you can kind of like control your spacing to like control the grouping of it. If you want to hit one target, you know, if you're at the right
a little bit
distance, you'll hit
closer.
all 5. Yeah, and they'll like burst way earlier.
See, like
than
that's
before.
crazy.
Or
It can
if you, like,
clear
get way
clear
down, you can
ads
just blink
and
at
do
a
single
region.
target damage. And I think it shoots
Yeah, and
faster
we can see
too.
on the screen too, like some of the looks of the exotic and the Hellion have changed.
Yeah, so like while you're using the exotic, the Hellion itself, like the little solar buddy, will have the same X that the gauntlets do. So it's like a nice little nod to like match the exotic.
Love it.
This thing looks so metal. I'm like so about having that big gas canister on my arm.
It
Having that,
does
like,
look crazy,
flamethrower
though.
warlock arm.
That
It's so
shit does
cool.
look crazy.
I may have to start switching.
See, that's what
to play
sucks about the
Warlock.
armor piece, right? For the hunter, it's a chest piece.
Next
You're
up,
never
I
gonna see
believe
it.
We have Hunter on docket.
You're never gonna see it.
Yeah, so the Hunter exotic
Is that
is
raid nerf for sure?
Morai,
Probably,
Which is a
yeah.
strand-themed exotic that's.
So, like, this one looks
about
sick,
your
but you'll
third
never
spike
see
and
it, chat.
tangles, where you can basically like yo-yo a tangle from out in the field back in your hand and then throw it again. So the way this works is if you have a tangle out in the field, you throw your strand hunter melee at it, it'll pop the tangle and then bring one back to you that if you catch the spike, you'll get another tangle. So you can like duplicate the tangle, which works really well with a lot
Oh,
of
it's that
strand
new
hunter aspects,
exotic
like,
king cannon.
Whirling Maelstrom and just like the existing tie-in with like grapple.
Oh,
to
right,
a
right,
tangle,
right, right. That's this exotic,
will get,
okay.
like, even more.
See, I don't use strand
ability
enough,
and
but
a
maybe
lot
now I
of, like,
will.
add clear potential.
Maybe now I will actually
And
give it a
also
try.
It will return more energy when you catch it as well. So like even if you
Yes.
don't hit anything or you don't grab a tangle,
Yes,
so
it
helps
does.
you keep that engine going.
Yeah, you can see the strand energy attached to the.
Yeah, that's
to the
literally.
spike.
This
So
is
if
literally
you
the playstyle
grab
you
that,
you'd have
look
with
how
this
we
exotic.
rewarded
It's pretty
that,
nut.
like, perfect
It's pretty
grab.
nut.
Yeah.
You can already hear people yelling "spin to win" as they're
Yeah.
spamming.
Spin
Yeah,
to
I mean,
win.
you can have 3 Beyblades out in the field at any time. Essentially, it's
And you're like zipping between the tangles with grapple.
Oh, is 3 the
It's
max?
very strong. It's also going to be very strong with this.
You said you're gonna main that?
Which we'll talk about. But another cool tidbit about this is it will the threaded spike will bounce to the tangle from enemies as well.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's something that has a lot of easy use.
So it's gonna really hunt that
and
tangle.
Really rewards skill at the same time.
Yeah, I think before we move on to Titans, and sorry, Titans, we'll get to you in a second. Really cool exotic. I do want to talk about Gambler's Dodge. In the last TWID, we
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch
that's
of
important.
abilities changes, exotic tuning, that kind of stuff. And we saw some chatter around Gambler's Dodge. It was updated and reworked, right?
Yeah, we have reworked Gambler's Dodge. So it's the energy you get when you dodge. It now scales on your melee stat, but you no longer have to dodge near enemies to get that energy. So I can dodge anywhere in the game. I don't have to worry about this invisible circle that's around me to know if I'm close enough. It is going to feel more consistent. If I build into melee, it's going to feel more powerful. There's also, Taylor, you were talking about the multiple charges, right?
So if you like our
Did we just get back a full melee?
If you are at 70
Without
stat,
being
you'll
your
get the
ads.
full refund like you used to. But if you go beyond that, you'll actually get a little bit more, which most of the time doesn't matter. But like if you're using like a Fiddy Spade or any of the multi melee things or Stasis Shurikens, it'll go up to like 1 1/3 charges. So you can keep that going even better if you're fully invested in melee. So you have like more reasons like to invest in it. If you want more melees, you want them to be more damaging, then you just go all in on that, and it will still do stuff.
See,
just
Chad,
so many shurikens,
Yeah.
just an embarrassment.
This is why I was saying we were making a big deal out of nothing.
Exactly.
Build crafting is
And then I
getting
won't
deeper.
be bothering you and saying, don't
You
kill
know?
this thing, let me do my dodge.
Your
Let me
stats
do
actually
this.
matter
Do it
now.
wherever you want.
So yeah, let's go on to.
That's a really
Titans.
nice
So this one's
change. You no longer have to
thematically, I
dodge
think,
near
for
enemies to
me,
get back
at
a
least, I'm just
full
like,
melee
you're a
refund.
forge
It's all
master.
about just
Yeah.
investing in a stat,
this is Malice
and you get
Panoplia, which is,
bonuses for investing even more. Like that's investing 77 stats to get a full refund is not a lot.
It's an exotic themed around.
I think it's pretty
something that
cool.
People have been asking for a long time, which is kind of the fantasy of Thor's hammer.
It is.
I
It's a
wanna
pretty
be
good
able
trade-off.
to pull my hammer back.
Yeah,
to
here
me
goes the
after I
Titan
throw it.
exotic.
So
Here's
there's
the
like
one
a
all
little
the
mini
Titans
game
are waiting
here where you
for.
get Fire Sprite, and you pick it up, then you get a buff that lets you pull the hammer back to you. And if you pull the hammer
Yep,
back
Forge
with
Master.
good timing, it'll explode and to like solar shrapnel and hit stuff for like extra damage on the way back. Kind of like how Hammer Saw works, and I think the hammer also will damage things on the return trip too. So if you position yourself well, you can actually like send it back through guys.
Line 'em
on the
up.
way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've wanted to do this for a long time, but it's been kind of a scary.
Complicated.
Yeah, it's hard to balance this sort of thing where it's like it.
I wonder what
returns
counts
all
as
your
perfect
energy,
timing,
but it
though.
also, you can pull it back to you at any time. So.
Oh, you don't even have to be
Designer
looking
really
at it.
knocked
What?
it out of the park
My man
as
did a
far
no
as,
look.
It came out so well.
The balance and the activator and the
Performance.
Yeah, the performance.
Yeah. You were talking about the animation, right?
Yeah.
Before this.
I love the performance on this thing. We've got
The
like,
interaction with the hammer
beat where it's
super,
like
I'm
all
not
this
sure.
magnetic, like, handshaking,
What's
and it
100
feels so
versus
good.
200?
We
There's
actually
going to be
did, like, a new
bonuses
tech thing on this
for
where
investing
if you're, like,
at
looking off
certain
to the side,
certain
we kinda
levels,
move
but
the player's hand a little bit, so you're,
each
like, still
step
kinda actually
in your
pulling the
stat
hammer. And
gives
that's,
you a
like, the first
percentage
time
into
we've done
something.
that with, like, a world object,
Investing
and it's
over
very
100
cool.
gives you
It
an
feels really
additional
good.
bonus,
It's
but it
super
depends on the
satisfying.
stat. We'd have to get a look at
so
that.
We're going to be getting into some more gameplay in an actual.
Yo, what's up,
activity in a
Sucks?
minute, But before we go, I do want to ask for
Twilight
stats.
Garrison? Oh my
And
god.
actually, two things. With your exotics, there are going to be gear bonuses that you can build on top of, correct? And that's a new Armor 3.0 feature.
Yeah, so gear bonuses when a new armor set drops. If you have 2 or more pieces from that armor set, you will get an additional perk. If you have 4 or more pieces from that armor set, you will get another perk on top of that. So I could take 2 pieces from one set, 2 pieces from another set, and then an exotic, and I have like more perks than I've ever had before on my Guardian, and it's really enables you to expand your build crafting in new ways.
Yeah,
It
I
makes
think
it
we have an example of this in the build right now. If gameplay specialists could inspect an armor piece. You can
I wanna see this, 'cause that's
here are
pretty
some of the
nuts.
destination armor bonuses that you can get.
Yeah, so at 2 pieces we have Force Converter. At 4 pieces we have.
So final blow with any rocket or grenade launcher sprint
Sorry, go for it, Vivi.
Okay, I was just
for a
gonna say,
short
like,
time gain speed
these
booster.
are unique to the armor set itself. something more than just like cosmetics that you might want out of these.
Gives you another reason to like go to
Once per
specific
activation,
ways
a
to
force
pursue
converter
specific
sprinting
armor
while
set
at critical
besides just
health being
fashion.
suspended or
Although
being
fashion is
slowed
still
by a
relevant.
stasis
You can
effect will
still
immediately
use
grant speed
your
booster for a short
synthesis and what the
duration.
looks on these.
Yeah, and I mean, we also
Okay,
get to make
okay.
perks that are like.
I would have to see that
I'm
in
the-
real time
the
to really see
this
what the benefit
guy,
is.
You know, because you're investing so heavily in the four-piece perk. But what's really cool about this is like, I think this is going to be very cool at live when we like launch. But I think in like 2, releases or whatever, just a little bit in the future, we're going to see people go like, hey, remember that armor that I
Mixing
got?
like something from 2 seasons ago.
Right,
with
the
now.
2-piece perk from Kepler is really cool with whatever, and we're really.
I'm excited
about
for that. That's why I've always wanted
And then
set
the second
bonuses
piece
in
of
this
is
game to
gonna
give
be for the
armor that
stats
value
rework.
that it's not
Some of the
had for a
fragments are gonna
long
be
time,
reworked as
Chad.
well, to adopt new stats or change, right?
Yeah, so fragments still can adjust your stats up or down depending on your build. And some of these, because we've deprecated some of our perks, or stats rather, some of these are new. Like we're gonna have, some of these will have weapon stat, which never have happened before, which just opens up new build crafting avenues.
Long overdue, bro.
Kind of wait and see how this lands,
Yep.
how the dust settles for all of the stat stuff before we go in and adjust these further. But yeah, I think players have a lot of different ways to build out their stats and become the grenade master, the weapon master, and whatever they want to do.
So quick shout out, Dark Slifer, Childish CG, and Snivvyland for those last 2 questions. They actually asked them ahead of time. Feel free to keep dropping questions in chat. I'm glancing down here every so often.
Yeah, I'm really
it is
excited
time
for the
to
build
move on
crafting
and
chat.
Let's talk about
Stats,
some new
armor
stuff.
set bonuses, all of
Vivian,
it
you
sounds
have been
really cool.
very excited
And it
about
sounds
a
like
new
the
weapon
grind for
archetype
these
that's
builds is
coming
going to be
with
fun.
The Edge of Fate.
I sure am.
We got new
for
weapons,
centuries,
new weapons in the
humanity's
chat.
Wondered like, what would a legendary bow look like in the heavy slot? And today I have your answer. For Edge of Fate, we are building a crossbow. It plays like a new archetype, but it is technically a bow for the purposes of, it's gonna fill all your bounties, that kind of stuff. Now, so
New
when we
crossbow
went to go
chat?
make this, we knew it was a very cool fantasy, right? We want the feeling of like really
Bruh.
drawing it back and it hitting a single target and doing a ton of damage. But we do have linear fusion rifles, right? And that's always the question is like, what does this do that's different? What's the fun
Right.
gameplay here? And we settled on, well, when you shoot that big heavy bolt and it hits your target, you can just go pick it back up. So this thing theoretically is a heavy weapon with unlimited ammo. You can use the same bolt for an entire Nightfall if you want. I would love to see someone do that. Go clear a dungeon.
Is there an
without ever
animation to pull
using
the arrow
anything
out the
or
enemy,
whatever,
Chad? Please tell me there
It's
is.
very cool. You have to put yourself in danger. You have to go grab it. But it's just such a satisfying
That's
loop to
sick.
like, pull it out of some, dead hive.
That is sick.
Just put it in the rail, pull it back.
Give it to me
use
now.
the
I
same
need
bolt
that.
To shoot someone else. It's
That
great.
is sick.
I saw in,
I love that.
last week in a
I
PvP
fucking-
playtest,
I love
saw
that,
someone
Chad.
run the entire map with a single bolt.
Yeah.
And they just kept it alive for minutes on end. It was
That was me. I'm sorry.
I can hear the PvP mains like when you said infinite heavy ammo, they're like, excuse me,
Yeah,
but it's like
It-
you gotta go.
You
pick
gotta
that
go
thing
get
up.
it. Yeah. So it's not free.
Facts.
But it is very potent.
Yeah. And in PvP, you only get the one. You got to get the headshot.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. It ends up being like this game of like keep away, where you're like, we cannot let Taylor.
Chad, there's going to be everybody using that shit in PvP. Watch.
So as we're going into this activity, we'll get some gameplay footage. This is a good example of the portal system that we'll be talking about next week on July 1st.
Savage
Make sure to
Inspired
tune in.
Chat. Remember,
But
it's
we're
coming
gonna
back
be
in
taking some
the
content
portal,
from
and there's a new
just the
crossbow right
history of
there.
Destiny, and it will be in the portal to go in and play. Power progression, we'll be talking about that next week.
So it's
stay
got
tuned
like,
for
what did
that.
it have? Like 10 shots?
Vivian, back to the
But you can
heavy
go and
crossbow,
pick up the
though.
arrow. You can see the arrow there on
You
the
were talking
ground,
about
Chat,
this
to pick
being
up.
Legendary. So that
It's just
means
sticking in the
random
ground.
rolls, and you
I want to see them pick it up though.
bolts.
Yes, yeah. So we had a really fun opportunity when we were making this, where we go to the talent grid.
Oh,
and
there it
we
is.
always want to make stuff kind of like new and different. And we got to the talent grid and we were like, this thing does not have a magazine. We cannot put magazines on this, right? And it gave us the opportunity to like really go.
I
what
like
would,
this
like,
sidearm.
a different magazine plug system look like? And so what we ended up going for is like.
Were those
we have
mini
bolt
screeps?
types, and the bolt types, instead of just being stats, they're going to alter the way the bolt actually behaves out in the world.
Yeah.
So we've got, one of them is like explosive bolt, where it's gonna put in a target, it'll like beep, 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 and it'll just explode. Kind of like a grenade launcher.
That is
And
sick.
then we have So my personal favorite is that we have serrated bolts. I remembered to say the shipping name this time.
Oh, you can say, yeah.
used
If
to
it
be
doesn't have
tactical.
3 names, it's not real game dev.
Yeah.
I never know when things go live. I never know. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, you guys know better than I do
But
the
yeah,
names.
go ahead.
But yeah, so we have serrated bolts, and you
Bro,
can
that
put,
is
like,
sick.
a bolt in a target with serrated bolts, and you can normally draw them back out of living targets. But if you have serrated bolts, they're gonna deal damage on the.
Does that
exit
ogre have
too,
a shield?
And it is so satisfying to like land the final hit with the pull, and you just pull back.
Chat, that
your
ogre has a
bolts and you
shield.
get them, and they just go flying.
I'll take
It's
that
great.
back. Yeah.
That's a
when
new
you first
bane,
brought
a
this up,
shield
I was just
bane?
like, that's so metal. Like,
Yeah.
gimme.
Oh, that's sick.
Really quick, just on the topic of ammo, there are new ammo meters. Bjorn, we were going to talk about this in the firing range, shooting range. But we actually have some live gameplay where we can see these meters working out. Can you talk us through what is this new system? How does it work? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, so there's been a pretty big shakeup in the way that ammo works in the game, where in the past it wasn't really anything that you had too much control over, but now it is something that you have like a lot of control over and a lot of build crafting hooks to optimize or like make your own. And it almost like kind of works like an ability or like a super does now, where it lives in your weapon tray. You can see there below the weapons on kills and assists with anything that'll tick up. And then when you hit full, the next kill will drop you a brick of that type. So there's.
So now we have
a lot of things
visibility
you can
on
do
when we're
now
gonna get
that
ammo.
You can build into to.
And
like,
you
have a
can
lot more
build
control
into it.
over
That's
the pacing
interesting.
of when you're getting that.
Sweet.
And like, there's
I did
armor
see that
mods
as one of the
exist
bonuses
now,
for investing in a
that,
stat. I
like,
forget which
pretty
one.
much all the things that used to be finders or inventory now fit into ammo generation, which is like a new weapon stat. So players have a lot of different ways to kind of build around that, depending on like, you know, if you have a really.
I think more
expensive weapon,
deterministic ammo is
you
going to
have
be a
some
good thing
options now
overall.
to actually make that easier to feed.
And we'll be talking about this in depth in a future.
'Cause I feel
Twitter
like ammo
vlog,
has
so
just
stay
been like
tuned for that,
a
especially PvP heads. I've already seen conversations.
pain
more
point,
content
you know what I
creator
mean?
videos going out. But before we get out of combat, I do want to talk about, alongside the new weapon archetype of the crossbow, we have some new weapon frames coming to the game.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So let's start with the hand cannon.
All right, yeah. So we have the spread shot hand cannon.
That pulse
It's
looks
like
so
a
sick.
Big, chunky,
And that hand cannon,
beefy hand
gorgeous.
cannon that fires shotgun pellets. Very close range. But hard
Shotgun
hitting.
hand cannon
Two-tap
is the
PvP.
wildest thing I've
I'm
ever
a little
heard
afraid
of.
of that, but you know,
But
I'm
it's
sure it'll
close
be
range,
great.
right?
Yeah,
Like-
it's very limited. It's like a sidearm, like big punchy sidearm, but like even less range than a sidearm.
That's just insane.
But like less precision reliant.
This thing has become my baby in
Yeah,
PvP. I love this thing.
It's pretty great.
It's kind of like having like a sawed-off
Yeah.
that's like a primary ammo.
That's
and it is just
crazy.
so good if you play aggressive or you use like other abilities to hit people.
It's
or
really
And
more
it's
like a
primary
reset
ammo,
and
chat.
stuff.
Right, and that's exactly how I play. So I love this thing.
And second, so shout out to Sammy Cat, resident bow lover. She does full solo dungeons, HUD off, bows only. We have a new bow frame that's going to be coming.
Yeah, so we made a longbow, which is like a big, heavy war bow. Even slower draw than precisions, but more damage, and it has.
Look at the impact
intrinsic
on that,
auto
chat.
penetration. So if you line up a bunch of thrall, and you like hip fire a full draw, it'll just go straight through all of them with one shot.
I love that our damage numbers have been squished a little bit, so they actually mean something now.
I was
Instead of
gonna
how
say
much
that.
damage his bow is doing
We're like, yo,
compared to,
big damage,
each one of them pellets in the
172 to the head.
Like,
It's like,
like in the live
Oh
game where
my
it's
God.
Like, I did 20,000 damage with that shot. I was like,
Yeah,
the
it's hard to
numbers-
compare.
Yeah,
Right,
start to be
right.
meaningless. But for me, we've just changed so much, and I can't overstate like.
yeah,
how-
it's gonna take time, chat, to
how
get
much
used to
is
it. But
changed and
everything is
how
getting
the
reset,
game
so
is
you got to keep that in
like,
mind. Take that
evolving.
into
Yeah, and a lot of those
consideration.
changes are like, they go hand in hand, right? Like us changing the stats around, you know, us making new builds possible.
I
A lot
can't
of
wait
these
for this
changes are
reset,
all,
dude.
like, they're
I
all
can't
going to
wait.
kind of combine to create something new.
Yeah. Did you see that front shielded ogre?
Oh,
with
boy.
we have a new. We'll talk about this next week.
Yeah.
But the new Banes are incredible. I'm very excited for players.
Oh boy, yeah.
play with
New banes, new modifiers, all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
these new Banes, bro. You
And
see
then
the shield
final,
Banes,
final
the
weapon
shield
we got on
ogres and
tap is going
thralls.
to be a special weapon, another burst, shoots explosives.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So I know a lot of people are big fans of
Rocket-assisted
firearms.
pulse.
Now we have a rocket-assisted frame.
That's
pulse rifle.
crazy.
So that fits a similar role, but a little bit different. It's a little more ammo hungry then the sidearms got a bit more range and it hits a bit harder. So
It's got a magazine size of 6.
Fusion rifle and a sniper rifle. Also kind of fires a little bit differently than pulse rifles, which is interesting just because like all of our pulse rifles have like different burst delay, but when you're firing each pulse, they all have like the same rate of fire. So this, instead of being like the brr, it's like a bop bop bop. So it feels heavier and it's firing these like big, slower projectiles. So
how many shots come out in one burst?
Thank you for doing a Dave Samuel
Yes.
I don't know why I feel like I'm counting 3 and then 5.
This thing is like real cool. It's real heavy, but it's also like, you know, like we said, it's like pretty ammo hungry. One of the cool things about 900 is like we have the ammo stat. You know, you can build into that. You can eliminate that downside.
Pulse and Scouter barrier next season.
Yeah, same for the longbow too. Like there were some perks.
Is
on
it
the
3 per
rifles that
burst?
you can
Okay.
go in, lessen the draw time. Like sure, it's still going to be a little bit slow fiery, heavy hitting, but there's a bunch of ways that you can build craft and tune these things to feel good for your play.
Like you have like one for all or other things that care about hitting multiple targets.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
we're-
one
as
for
we're
all will
going
go
through this
crazy on this
transition,
thing.
we actually
35%
have
damage?
A bunch more to cover, and gear tiering has been top of mind for a lot of players ever since our reveal stream. So Eric, I'd love to dive in and just revisit what's the high-level vision statement for gear tiering and how we're getting players reinvested in some of that.
Yeah, so gear tiering enables players to look at a piece of gear at a glance and like understand how powerful it is. So you can see those kind of 5 icons or 5 little dots there. This is a 5th tier armor piece we're looking at. And the stat package or the stat pool.
That's
that
pretty cool
each
to be able to
piece
see that right
is
there,
going to
chat.
depend on the tier. So you can see at tier 1 is going to drop between 52 and 57.
Like now you
totals.
know
And
how to
then,
get high stat armor.
at
That's
tier
really
5,
cool.
You are guaranteed 75 stats plus stat tuning, which lets you kind of
Guaranteed
Shout out
stats. I
to-
love
there were a
that.
bunch of folks that were asking, what are stat bands? Because in the game right now, it's what is low to a given player. Like 62 feels low, but an actual definition is like 58 or lower.
Yeah.
In the game now, we have UI that tells you exactly what are the stat bands for each of the tiers, so you know what you're looking for as you're trying to build the 200.
That's
or
a
150 or
huge
whatever.
change right there.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I love that we did this because this is the most common question I get in my clan
Yep.
that I answer, and I love that you can just go see it now.
Yeah, now you
having
know
it
exactly
rushed
what to
the game
do,
is
where to
great.
go, what
Like, the
kind of
biggest
tier
thing about
armor you
this
need
is
for
that
what stat.
Because the bands are a lot narrower, you have a much better expectation of what you're getting like before you even start the activity. So like I know a lot of people like you go into a master dungeon to farm some artifice armor and you don't know if you're going to get like 55 or 70. Yeah, it's like an extremely wide range, but like that takes a lot of time and effort to get through. So now it's just like you're going into the toppest end difficulty thing to get tier 5s. You know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah.
So
and
it's significantly more likely that when you get your drop, it's going to be something.
Oh, by the way,
might
that
not be
75
valuable to
plus
your
stat
exact build,
tuning.
but it'll
Stat
be
tuning is
valuable. It'll be
an
the
ability that you
stats
get on tier 5
total
armor. You can
that you
tune
want.
the stats on the armor.
Yeah, and with the new
Like
portal
up or
system,
down
which we'll
for,
talk
like,
about
different
next
stats.
week, you're gonna have a score goal that you want to hit to get that exact armor piece, and it's like more targeted farming or more targeted. If I want to chase a certain thing, like I know what I have to do to get it, and when it drops, I know what it's going to give me as far as the total value.
Yeah, you can see
And
right
it's just
there.
much more clear.
You got armor archetype too.
And go ahead.
I really like, we're mousing over here, the armor archetype. We now like display what things are going to be high on it and what things are going to be low. And they're like a little further apart where things are going to be spikier now. And so like, if you want to really max out stats, you can just look for that, emblem. You'll know what the
That's
armor
crazy.
kinda, like,
this is
gonna
gonna be
good
so
at.
fun.
And it's
You
like,
can see that like at your main inventory level too. So you're just like mousing over like, oh, I just got a bunch of drops. What did I get? Cool. Is it gunner? Is it grenadier?
Right.
Like what is the thing? That I
Yeah, it
want?
says
You
right
use
there,
it
chat,
as
on the
quick
armor,
reference
gunner,
rather than
paragon,
go all the way into
grenadier.
inspection and see like the exact stats.
And the last,
Okay.
the last detail on tier 5 for armor, we mentioned this in the reveal stream, but you can get to 11 energy for your armor. So it helps with build crafting. You can get more of those armor mods slotted and that kind of stuff.
it goes to 11 now.
Yeah, right.
Crank it.
Switching
Better,
over to
yeah.
weapons, though, I would love to. We have some examples of tier 1, tier 3, and tier 5 weapons to show what is that progression looking like.
Yeah, similarly, when a weapon drops, I'm able to just glance at it and be like, oh, tier 1 weapon. It's gonna
There
have
you go,
base
right there,
stats,
Chad.
it's
There's
gonna
your
have a limited,
list. Take a screenshot.
Perk pool
All the
there.
bonuses at each tier.
But then you can see at tier 3, we now have 2 enhanced traits. We have some of our columns are going to have more perk options in them. And then tier 5, Yep. So this is a tier 3. And then tier 5 is going to have even more. Like, look at the options here. And
This is
so much
crazy, dude.
enhancement and-
Enhanced
we already did
mods,
the enhanced,
all the
weapon
perks,
mods too.
origin traits.
Yeah, kind of like how
Barrel
armor
and
is,
mag.
Like, you have a much better understanding of like when I'm starting an activity, what is the expectation of the things I'm getting. This, like the multi-perk and the enhanced perks, kind of work for that too. So the odds of you getting that like specific god roll or multi-god roll, if you're looking for like the combo PvP PvE weapon, are
we're
a
adding-
lot higher than like in past
Yep,
activities
unique
where you're
ornaments.
just
Yep.
getting, okay, I'm gonna
The
get
one
one
that you see on the weapon right now is the
one
ornament they're
trait each
talking
column.
about.
Yeah, and we're adding a lot of depth. Like as we were hovering over those enhanced perks, they have additional things that they can do, whether it be stats or power for the perk. We're putting all of these details into the game so people know as they're getting into this depth, they can hover over these things, understand all the different stats. We'll of course have blog components.
The
We'll have some
grind is
guides
gonna
that our
be
players
real.
make,
The
our
grind
creators
will be
make. We'll
real.
blast those out, but we're hoping to bring more of these sorts of things into the game to make it easier to understand. So,
Yeah, that said, if you have a great weapon drop that, dropped this season or 5 seasons ago, if it's a good roll, it's a good roll. Like it's, just because it doesn't necessarily adhere to the tier system doesn't mean it is not equal or greater value in some
yeah, there was this
Chat,
really
this is
funny
what I've been
reference
saying.
that, Mactix made, one of our creators, where he had this beautiful giant sword, and he's like, "This is what I got today, and it has perfect rolls for a rocket launcher, et cetera, et cetera. And here's my new tier 1 weapon that doesn't really have good perks. Like, what are you going to use?"
Yeah.
So to answer the question, Shadow on Blue Sky was asking, "Are my weapons that I have right now or armor, like, is that going to be viable in high-end content?" And the answer is, of course. There are going to be a couple things in here that add incentive to try out new things. But Vivian, you had kind of framed it as a cherry on top, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also like a way to, in the past,
What's going on,
sometimes
Queen?
The best way to get your path to power was like to do a lot of something. But now if you like do really hard activities as well, we're also just kind of rewarding you for the time there.
Yeah.
So right in the 9.
I feel like that's a perfect way to look at it, Chad. Like you're not
Yeah,
losing,
we will in a second, but I just wanted to
out
touch
on the
right
gear
at
that you
9.
have.
Some
It's not
folks were
going
asking,
away.
like,
It's not going to be
what do these
worth
equate to
less.
in the tier system?
It's not going to
And
get
when you
worse.
An adept right of the 9 weapon, both of your columns are enhanced.
Yeah, like if
all
it's a
that kind of
good
stuff, like,
weapon, it will
looks like
still
tier
be a
3 is
good
gonna feel
weapon.
like a tier 3 for a
So
while.
all of the
there is a good
conversation
handshake
around
as
your
you're
stuff is
going
going to be
into Edge of
irrelevant
Fate.
is it's
But yeah,
not true,
the last
Chad.
thing for tier 5 gear, I would like to
If
show
you got
the
good
cosmetic
stuff,
treatment that we've
it's
been
still going to
doing.
be good when
We
Edge of
showed
Fate
this
comes
in
out.
the reveal stream, but tier 5s have an awesome new shader treatment and also kill effects.
So these basically on the weapons, they'll come with.
That's the ornament, by the way, Chad.
Fancy
At tier
shader
5,
on
there
it,
will be
and
more.
then,
This is just the first
something
one.
Almost kind of similar to what we do with Sweaty Confetti, but now it's like a specific slot where it gets a custom kill effect that only comes on the tier 5 variant.
Yeah, and you
Yep,
can
and
see
it will
with
be
gear
custom
tiering,
kill
it's
effects,
kinda
and
learning a bunch
again,
of
there's going to be
lessons
more.
through
This is
the
just
years
like the
of Destiny.
first
Kill
iteration.
effects are really cool. Players like this. Now we have a new slot for it. Players really like hollow foils as a chase in the game right now, and now we have tier 5s where you get sort of a hollow foil style treatment for it. So it's been really cool to
I like
watch
it.
y'all develop
I
this
think it's a
over
good
time.
start. I want to see
To your
more,
point,
with
This
that.
actually is a good segue into
Hopefully it
the
doesn't get
next section,
monetized.
where we're
I
talking
like
about
the idea
new
of
and featured
playing and
gear
getting a
and our
reward that's
artifact.
unique with
So,
unique cosmetic. I
Aaron,
like that.
if you want to take the stage, what is new or featured gear?
Yeah, so our new gear, when we drop new weapons and armor for a season or for a release,
Oh, you
that
get
is going
bonuses for
to
wearing new gear.
get a bonus. It's
Look
gonna
at this,
be
Chad.
a little bit stronger than your other options. So on the armor side, you are going to get a damage resistance bonus per piece you have equipped, and that is, it kind of scales by gear tier. So if I have 5 tier 1 armor pieces,
They're trying to incentivize you to
I'm gonna
use the
have,
new stuff and
5%
try the new
damage
stuff that comes out,
resistance
which
against,
I don't really have a problem with.
everything.
Might be controversial though. I'm curious
But
what other
if
people
I have
think.
5 tier 5 gear pieces, I'm gonna have 15% damage versus everything. So I guess, yeah. So it is something that allows me to have a little bit of an edge. It's a very small amount. It's a min-max sort of situation where if I wanted to wear stuff that is not in the new gear pool, like I am not at a huge detriment.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think
But something
15% damage resist is going to be make or break. You know what I mean, Chad?
Inch out into like the highest.
Like
tier
10%
stuff where you,
damage is not
really
gonna be
need
make or
just
break.
A little bit more health or a little bit more damage.
But it is nice. It's
Speaking
nice
of
to
damage,
have.
So you can see that the max is actually 10%. This is a clarification. We invited some folks into the studio to look through all of this. The original number was 15%. It's actually 10% on your additional damage when you get all your tier 5 weapons equipped. So again, cherry on top, where it kind of gives you that edge, and also it gives you a way, kind of like in earlier releases where you walk out into the tower and you're wearing all your raid gear. You're kind of like peacocking, as y'all have framed it.
Yeah, I don't think.
And now it's hey,
we'll talk about that in a second, Queen. But I don't think things are going to be locked behind
really cool stuff,
harder activities. I think each level of difficulty is going to have its own reward. You know what I mean?
When it comes to the new gear as well, what's the way that you identify that as a player?
But I do agree on the explorer stuff.
So if you see that little kind of teal icon in the top left corner of the armor piece, that is going to that's going to tell me that it is in the new gear pool. So it's not only gear from this season.
Yeah, dude, let's please not start that narrative of, oh my God, I'm going to be forced to use the new stuff and I can't use what I want. It's like, bro, you don't have to use the new stuff to get an extra 10% damage and an extra 15% damage resist. It's not that serious. It really is not that serious.
Building or build crafting as well.
Correct.
A note for
it's there if you want it, and it's nice to have, but it's not make or break. You know what I mean?
You can go to Xur, try to grab those. You can go into Rite of the Nine. Emissary is going to have a few things like Graviton Lance. That's a great thing to pick up before this new release starts, so then you have a little bit of an edge going in.
Yeah, if y'all screenshot this, you can start hunting this stuff down right now, right?
Yeah, and we will have follow-up blogs where we're going to go line by line. I understand, like, this stream has a lot of data. It has a lot of numbers, that kind of stuff. Big lists of gear. We'll have a full bulleted list, not just in TWIDs, but in patch notes as we keep going. So I think with that, we can go into the artifact as well.
Cool. Yeah, let's see what's in the artifact. I know they teased it earlier, but I didn't get a good look.
Yeah, so the artifact.
Unstopped sniper?
We're going and we're exploring Kepler. So kind of going with that theme is we wanted this to be
Unstopped sniper.
Scout the wild frontier. And so to that end, it's kind of a little longer range weapon-wise than some of our recent artifacts. One of the other themes that we wanted to get was this is gonna be me and my fire team, So if you're scouting solo, we have stuff for solo. If you're scouting as a group, we have stuff as a group. Then lastly is we made this artifact a little more weapons focused than we maybe normally do, because we wanted to kind of highlight that kind of the Guardians kit, kind of down to earth.
I like how they doubled up on a lot of the
some of my favorite
champion mods
are in the fifth column. There's that first one is Radiant Shrapnel. And this is gonna add an additive shrapnel burst when you're killing guys when they're radiant, or when you're radiant, or they are scorched. And I actually really like that we pay out scorched a little, because sometimes you can't quite get that ignition,
Yeah. So that's gonna pair really well with the Warlock exotic coming out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You could scorch a bunch of guys, and then you can cause them to all.
That's interesting. Solar is back on the menu, chat. I like that.
This column also is a favorite of mine. It's Tangled Web, and this is gonna suspend everyone when you generate a tangle via combat. And normally
it looks like so far what I've seen, Solar, Strand, and even some Stasis.
And it leads to a very fun situation where you can just kind of walk up and take it, and you're like, "Thank you, guys."
Solar, Strand, and Stasis is what I'm seeing right now in the artifact.
They can't do anything, and it kind of gets you there faster if you're not using grapple grenade or something.
Yeah. It works really well with the Hunter Exotic.
It also works really well with the Hunter Exotic. It's lots of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I think so. There's a question from V Ferrer sorry if I pronounced that wrong, asking, are there going to be more seasonal mods? And with the artifact, you can see next major update, there's going to be another row, as people know. With the featured gear, there's also going to be added exotics to that pool. And Bjorn, I believe we are also making some new seasonal mods that'll be released over time, correct?
Yeah, kind of the same way that we did last season, where we had the Taken theme set of weapon mods. We'll have the same thing for this release's theme. That you can find those out as they come.
Perfect. All right. Well, wow. I believe.
How do we feel about the artifact? We don't know everything in there, but some little teases.
Everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us during this live stream to see what we have to offer. We do have another live stream next Tuesday, July 1st.
Part 2 next Tuesday, chat.
Different cast, sorry. I'll invite you back soon. But we're going to be talking Portal Power Progression. So what are you playing?
Portal Power Progression, chat.
How are you getting up to these tier 5s? And also, how are you customizing your experience in the Portal with new Banes, new modifiers, all that kind of stuff? Just because this is information heavy, as I mentioned, we do have a slate of blog content that'll be coming live. We'll have a recap on Thursday. We have a standalone next Wednesday that'll talk a little bit more about gear tiering. next Thursday. We'll
Let's see if
also
the
have
blog
another
post is
recap
up,
for that
chat.
stream and additional Sandbox information, and then we keep marching into launch with more patch note previews.
How did y'all feel about the
gear
stream today?
previews, all that kind of stuff. So outside of the full suite of gear you'll be earning on Kepler,
Okay,
bunch of
nothing's
stuff to
posted
discover.
yet.
So thank you so much again for joining. This has been a fun stream, and as we leave, we're gonna toss you over to our good friend Fallout. He's gonna be talking through a bunch of what we
Fallout.
said today. He was one of the
Yo,
creators
chat,
of
how do we
the
feel about the
Bungie
stream
hands-on,
today?
so he can
We
explain
learned
some
about
things.
armor
And we'll
stats,
be
everything that's
collecting
changing there. We
questions
got to
throughout the
look
rest
at
of the day to
all the
answer in the
different
Twitch.
tiers of
Thanks so much
weapons,
for
gear
joining. We'll
tiers
see you
with
next time.
armor, little teas of set bonuses and how that stuff works. What else did we get to see, chat? Set bonuses. Queen, your question though, I wanted to get to that. Queen was saying, I wonder if they're going to trap a lot of the cool stuff behind harder difficulties. They need to do Explorer mode on all dungeons so people can learn them. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I do think that, you know, Explorer mode, what they did, you know, in Right of the Night, I think Explorer mode is definitely something that they need to, you know, consider doing going forward. I don't know if it's going to be a main feature in the game come Edge of Fate, but I do think with the success of it from Right of the Nine, it is something that they should consider. I don't know if they can add it retroactively to old activities, but consider at least for new activities. So like new dungeons coming in. And, you know, we even asked the question about, you know, the possibility of doing something like that in raids. That would be pretty cool to see, right? In Explorer mode in raids and dungeons. To the point about are things going to be trapped behind harder difficulties? I wouldn't say things are going to be trapped behind harder difficulties. Like there's going to be weapon or whatever the case is that you can't get unless you do it on a harder difficulty. But I think the better way to look at it is there will be a cap to your progression, whatever that is that you get up to, right? And I think that there shouldn't be any issues with that, right? So like, for instance, if you're the kind of person who plays casually, maybe you don't, you know, grind dungeons and raids and whatnot, right? So you get on, you do strikes, crucible, gambit, that kind of stuff. And you're able to get like tier 1 to tier 3 loot, let's just say, right? You're playing in the portal and all that kind of stuff. You get tier 1 to tier 3 loot. As we already said, tier 1 to tier 3, your weapons that you have right now, as long as you have good rolls, having a higher tier weapon is not going to be a make or break or speak to the value of that weapon. A good roll is a good roll, period. Whether it has enhancements, whether it has, you know, single perks, double perks, triple perks, whatever the case might be. If it's a good roll, chat, it's a good roll, period. So I wouldn't say that, you know, things are going to be locked behind activities. Obviously, if you can't do a dungeon, you won't get the dungeon weapons. If you can't do a raid, you can't get the raid weapons. You know, same thing like other playlists. If you don't play PvP or comp, you can't get the comp weapon. So I don't think anything's going to change from there. But in terms of like the new gear tier system and all that kind of stuff and the new portal that's coming out and the way that loot is going to be, you know, spread out through activities, I don't think that that's going to introduce a new element where, you know, things are going to be locked for players and you won't be able to get certain things. I think however you play Destiny, you will be able to get a whole bunch of stuff, weapons, armor, cosmetics, all that kind of stuff with the time that you spend on the game. No matter how you play, if you're a sweat or if you're more casual, there's going to be something for you to get, you know. So I think that's the way that, you know, folks should look at it, because especially now as we go into the Edge of Fate, right? That is kind of the question that everybody has. It's like, is my loot gonna matter? Like, is all my stuff gonna just become trash now when Edge of Fate comes out? And I'm so glad that they spoke to that on the stream, because that's been something we've been talking about for a while. Like, even on comments on videos that we posted recently, people are like, bro, why are you wasting your time? Like, it makes no sense to grind and get this loot. And it's like, I don't agree with that. Like, I feel like if you have a good role right now, like people are grinding for Heathen's Vengeance, for example, from Vault of Glass. Everybody wants to get the God roll Heathens, right? Because it's one of the best rockets in the game. Doesn't matter that when Edge of Fate comes out, it might be a tier 3 weapon, right? Doesn't matter, because it's still going to be a God roll rocket launcher. It's still going to do really good damage. Your God roll PvP weapon is still going to be a God roll PvP weapon when Edge of Fate comes out. You know what I mean? So I think that's the way that we need to shift the narrative and stop with this, like filling people with fear that their loot is not going to matter. Like they should just stop playing now because it's not going to matter. I just don't think that's true. I think, and like they said, when Edge of Fate comes out, all the new additions and the changes to loot is a nice cherry on top for the folks who want to invest in the game and grind the game, play the new activities, play the harder challenges, right? Like the main benefits from tier 4 to tier 5 chat is just more enhanced perks. More enhanced perks. And we already know the differences between enhanced perks and non-enhanced perks are mere percentage points. In some cases, it might be a little more significant than others, but in no case is it a make or break where it's like, you must have this or you're throwing. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's any perk that's enhanced where it's like, you must have this or you're throwing. So yeah, once Edge of Fate comes out and you go and you get your tier 4s, your tier 5s, I think it's just going to feel nice, and I think that's the whole point. I think it'll feel nice to get a tier 4 or tier 5 that has a unique cosmetic. I think it's going to be insane the first time you get a tier 5 and you see enhanced barrel, mag, origin traits, mods. That's going to be insane. You're going to be sitting there like, what am I going to do with all of this? It's going to be crazy to get a tier 5 piece of armor, that has all these bonus stats and, armor set bonuses and 11 energy. Like it's going to be wild. You're going to be able to tune your armor stats. All of this stuff is going to just be, a nice addition, a nice cherry on top to, a loot system that we've had for years. And it's going to feel more refreshing, as we said, right? It's going to feel like something new, like the beginning of something new. And that's the way I've been looking at Edge of Fate, right? It's like, it's not wiping the slate clean from what we've had, right? Like we're not looking at all of our loot and saying, throw this out and bring in the new, but it's more of like a slow transition. We said it a long time ago. This is going to be a soft sunsetting. And that's exactly what it is. It's going to be a soft sunsetting. As time goes on, as this year of prophecy goes on, chat, I can very much so see as you get more new loot, you're going to naturally feel inclined to say, you know what? I can put up that Fatebringer. I could put up that, whatever your favorite weapon is, I can put that up because now I have this new weapon, and it's not because those weapons are going to be trash now, but you're going to start to get more and more of the new loot that's going to start to take up more and more of your space. And eventually you're going to phase out all the old stuff. And I think that's what Bungie's intending. They're saying, we're not going to take away your stuff, but we're going to create this new system. We're going to deepen the build crafting, the stats. We're going to deepen the investment into grinding for loot at higher challenges. And naturally over time, as you get more of this new loot, you're going to want to shift. Now, if you're like me, you're going to hold on to it. You're going to keep it in your vault. You're going to hoard it, whatever. And then hopefully we last chat until December when Renegades comes out and whatever the vault changes are going to be, the vault increases. Hopefully we last until then. But, until then, I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a slow transition into this new saga instead of, just a hard reset like a Destiny 3 or sunsetting even when that happened. So, I'm excited, dude. Today's stream, it felt like it was kind of short. But like I said, it is a part 1 to a 2-part developer live stream. So next week we're going to learn more about the portal and a lot of the progression systems. So we'll be live again next Tuesday for that as well. To check that out. But yeah, man, I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys are excited for Edge of Fate. If you're not, if you're still, cautiously optimistic, that's cool too. Like, you know what I mean? It's fine, dude. We've been playing this game, some people for 10 plus years. So, it's natural. I know so many people who have stopped playing, but I also know so many people who are just now jumping into Destiny. So it's like, there's a lot of different sides to this, right? Me, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm not burnt out on Destiny. I've been playing Destiny for the entirety of the 10 years and I'm still going. But, some other people might feel differently. And I feel like that needs to be okay. That needs to be like fine. But yeah, man. Sock said new features, same recycled content, same recycled complaints from the exact people you'd expect those bad faith arguments from. Oh yeah, talking about the need for the 10%. I know that conversation is going to be inevitable. There's going to be folks who say that, you know, oh, I need to play with the new content. I need to play with it. I feel forced. But as I said during the live stream, that 10% bonus weapon damage, chat, that 15% bonus damage resist, don't let people twist your minds, chat. That stuff is going to be a nice thing to have for investing in the new stuff. It is not going to be necessary. It's not going to be mandatory. I promise you 15% is not the difference between you surviving in a grandmaster level activity or anything like that. I promise you that's not the case. Like, if you can't stay alive without that 15%, you're probably not ready yet for that level of activity. I'm just saying. It's nice to have, sure, but you know what I mean? Like, you won't be able to stand there and face tank a boss with 15%. You know, it adds more to your survivability, sure, but you still have to have the ability to survive, to take advantage. That 10% is nice, but there's a lot of buffs in the game to give you 10%, chat. There's a lot of buffs in the game to give you 10% and even bigger buffs than that. So again, these things are going to be nice to have. Are they going to be things you must have? Right? Are they going to be things that Bungie's forcing you to use the new stuff in order to have? No, it's not. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because I promise you that's going to be the narrative. That's going to be the narrative. Once Edge of Fate comes out, that's going to be the big thing. People are going to be like, I cannot believe I don't want to use the new stuff. I have this armor that I want to use. I don't want to feel forced to get a 10% damage buff or 15% damage resist. And I just feel like that's going to be a silly conversation, but it's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen. Yo, what's up, Trent? Sox also said Armor 3.0 is cool. The ability changes did nothing for me. Crossbow is cool overall. Not hype, not disappointed, mostly cautious optimism. That's fine. That's fair. Logic said I have an arc pulse with jolting feedback. She will forever be by my side. Exactly. And if you have a weapon right now that you enjoy using, you don't need to get rid of it. You can keep it. You know? JX said I'm tired of farming. Bro, listen. There's a lot of people who've been farming for a long time, man. If you guys are tired of farming, bro, take a break. Take a break. You know what I mean? Just take a break. There's so many games right now that are out that are really good. We've been on a run, chat, for the last, it feels like the last 2 years, 2-3 years. We've been on a run with great games. Like right now, I'm enjoying Dune Awakening. You know, and there's a ton of other games. I still need to get into the Borderlands franchise because Borderlands 4 hype is going on, and I still haven't played the Borderlands series yet. You know, there's Clair Obscur that came out that I know folks want to see me play, but I haven't had time to get to that yet. Like, there's a ton of games that are out that you can get into. Like, if you're tired of farming, shit. I mean, or if you want a different farm, The Division is having a resurgence. So, like, you know, there's a lot of games that you can get into. For me, I'm not tired of farming, personally. I'm always down for a good farm. I'm just excited for a new reason to farm, you know? Because I look at it like this. If you're one of the folks who were like, yo, bro, I just want Destiny 3, I mean, this is essentially what you asked for, right? Because Destiny 3 would be the same thing. Destiny 3 would be more farming. Destiny 3 would be new systems, new reasons to farm. And that's exactly what you have presented in front of you right now. You have new systems and new reasons to farm. So, you know, for the folks out there who were maybe like, man, I'd have rather Destiny 3, it's like, I would love for you to give me a list of all the things that Destiny 3 would have done that Edge of Fate is not doing, and present that list and compare and contrast. Because I said it the other day, if Edge of Fate was titled Destiny 3 Edge of Fate, with all the changes that are coming in Edge of Fate, if Edge of Fate was titled Destiny 3 Edge of Fate and it was its own launch, I promise you, people would not be complaining. Because Edge of Fate is doing a ton of stuff that's new. New location, new story, new abilities, new ability system, new build crafting system, new weapons, armor system with gear tiers, and a whole bunch of other details and quality of life fixes that we have yet to get listed in TWABs and blog posts and, you know, from developer streams and whatnot. So it's like, I challenge anybody who has that opinion. You know, we could discuss it, but you know, that's how I feel about it. I feel like this is a fresh start coming in Edge of Fate, you know. And personally, I'm excited. Trent said I'm excited for all the changes. Yeah, dude. Like, you know, and again, I'm not telling anybody in here who's not excited. You must be excited. Feel however you want to feel. I'm just saying I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I do really enjoy the idea that they're pushing target farming so people can chase what they want and know where to find it consistently. Yeah, and that's a big thing too. Like being able to target farm things you want. The portal is doing a big thing with that. Like being able to say, I'm going to do this activity and get a gauntlet, primary weapon, this, that, and a third, whatever it is. Like being able to see the different tiers and what stats come with that tier, right? So you can farm for gear and know like, all right, cool. I know I'm going to get guaranteed 65 stats. I know I'm going to get guaranteed, 70 plus stats. Like it's nice to be able to see these things. And again, you have to think like new players coming in. That's the goal, right? We need to bring in new players to play Destiny. And for new players and for old players too, one of the biggest complaints has always been the difficulty of getting into Destiny. And I feel like now they're doing a better job of making the game a little bit more digestible for new people coming in. Like you can come in, look and know this is what this is what that is, this is where I do this is where I grind for this, I need this, and this is where I go to get it. Like now the game feels like it has more tooltips and more, direct focus on here's where you need to go to do this thing to get this thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a great start for this, next year in Destiny and this new saga that they want to kick off, right? And hopefully, as we said earlier, Explorer mode is a part of that. Like, I hope they really take the concept of Explorer mode from Rite of the Nine and implement it in raids and dungeons going forward. I don't know if they'll do it for old ones, but at least for the new ones that are coming. Maybe it's not something they considered when they made the Explorer mode in Rite of the Nine. Maybe it's not something they thought about. So maybe it's not going to be in the current raid or dungeon. But I would say to Bungie, like, please consider it for new stuff going forward. And then, if it's possible, retroactively implement it. But I think that'll be a really nice part of the base experience of the game for like new people coming in, even for like veteran players who want to help others and teach others and whatnot, helping out the blueberries. So, I think it's going to be cool, chat. I think it's going to be cool. What y'all think about them including a select amount of exotics to be seasonal gear? I don't really have an issue with it. Like my whole thing with Final Shape, Lightfall, Beyond Light, all these previous DLC formats where we got DLC and then seasonal content. My biggest thing was the issue with those years of content was never really the content. It was more so the cadence. Like even with the episodic content, chat. The episodic content from this Final Shape year, the episodic content was not bad, content-wise. The cadence is what really was a pain point. Waiting on content, droughts in between, things not going on, whatever the case might be, right? That's what I felt like was more of the issue. Now with this dual DLC launch strategy, right? Having two DLCs, one earlier, one later, and then updates in between, seasonal updates, free updates to the game, quality of life, all that kind of stuff. With that being the cadence, I feel like instead of having one major moment during the year and maybe like a handful of moments across seasonal events, seasonal content, now you have two main points throughout the year, right? Two main event points, the two DLC launches. We have to see how the updates go, right? With Renegades and whatnot. We have to see how those activities go. But Bungie's possibly has on their hands a better cadence of delivery. So I don't really mind like spreading out exotics and whatnot. Like I don't feel like you need to shower us with a ton of, like imagine Edge of Fate comes out. We get 10 exotics just off the rip. You know what I mean? I feel like for me personally, that's just too much. Because I feel like that's one of the biggest issues that nobody really talks about in Destiny is like, at one point we didn't have enough weapons. But then I feel like we hit a certain point in the game where we have too many weapons. Like you're getting so many weapons at a rapid pace that you can't even give a damn about the weapons you just got. So I feel like spreading those out a little bit, talking about the exotic armor, I feel like spreading those out a little bit over the course of the year is going to give you a little bit more time to invest in the ones that you get and actually create builds for them, you know, build some kind of attachment to them, whatever the case might be, but give them some time to breathe before you reintroduce or introduce, I should say, another new piece. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, personally, I don't really have an issue with that. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Derek? The benefit of Destiny 3 would be having 500 to 700 free vault space, and I guess the game potentially on a fresh engine. Yo, listen, chat. I've already spoke about this, so I'm glad you brought it up because I'll just bring it up again. And this is not, I'm not attacking Derek, but this is a point that people make. And I would just say this. Here's why that's silly, right? The benefit of Destiny 3 having 500 to 700 free vault space. You don't need Destiny 3 to have 500 to 700 free vault space, chat. Having Destiny 3 wipes your vault. Chat, if you want 500 to 700 vault space, go empty your vault and you have 700 vault space because that's all Destiny 3 is doing. It's just taking your gear away. If you want vault space, empty the vault. Now, if you say, yeah, but you know, we'll have new stuff to grind. Okay, same thing. Edge of Fate is coming out. There's a ton of new loot. Whole new tier system, gear tiers, armors, weapons, all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of new loot. The only difference between Destiny 3 and Edge of Fate is what you're saying you want in Destiny 3, right? Is for Bungie to take your shit away and give you vault space. What Edge of Fate is saying is, yo, bro, look, you got a lot of nice stuff in your vault. You might not want to get rid of it. It's cool. Keep it. There's new stuff coming in. You might want to clean your vault out, though. And you can clean it out and utilize your space. Or you can go like some people are, just go cold turkey and just wipe the shit out. Either way, Destiny 3 is not the solution in this problem. Destiny 3 is not solving your vault space problem. Your vault space problem is your vault space problem because you don't want to clean your vault. At the end of the day, 500 to 700 vault space is not something you need to drop a whole new game for. That's not. Even if you said, like, I want 500 to 700 additional vault space, that's not something you need a new game for either. You know what I mean? And then the whole thing about a new engine, a Destiny 3 is not guaranteed to drop on a new engine, chat. So that's a narrative that the community needs to let die. A Destiny 3 does not guarantee that the game will be on a new engine. Also, for the folks that keep saying Destiny 3 needs a new engine, please explain to the rest of the class how a game engine works and what are the limitations of the Tiger engine and what a brand new engine will allow Bungie to do. I will sit here and wait. Please explain to the rest of the class what it does. Because it does not increase your vault space. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make the game less buggy. You know, all these things that people just arbitrarily throw out there. It doesn't just make that happen, chat. A new engine does not make your game run smooth and bug free. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean, oh, Bungie can do more in the game. Like Logic just said in the chat, Destiny 2 looks amazing in 4K with the current engine because the visuals are not limited by the engine. People forget Destiny 2 was running at 1080p 30 frames a second on this same engine. Bungie upgraded it to 60 frames, right? Then we got the upgrade to 4K. Y'all remember that upgrade that happened on the same engine that people are saying is outdated? Did everybody forget that we got that whole upgrade in this engine? Do you see how many systematic upgrades and additions and removals and all this kind of movement that we've had in this same engine, chat? Big systems. We've had a whole new crafting system. Now we're getting a new gear tier system, whole armor stat rework. All of these are big systematic changes that have happened on the same Destiny 2 engine. Now, again, if you want to say, yeah, but then the game is laggy and is buggy. Do you think that a new engine fixes that? Because by default, a new engine does not fix that. Because the engine is not the problem here. You know what I'm saying? But most consoles can't handle newer engines. And a big part of that is how the game is built in the engine, right? You have to think, when a company is utilizing a new engine, a lot of companies, first of all, build their own engines off of other platforms, whether it's Unreal, whatever the case is, but they build their own engines. So it's like, now you're not only saying you want a new game, you want a new engine. The company now has to have the developers learn this new engine. It's not like plug and play, copy paste. You know, you don't just open up a folder, chat, and just go, oh, I'm just gonna click this and drag it and just boom, okay, done. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. Like, there's a whole lot more to this process. Like, whenever you see new engines come out, chat, when Unreal Engine 5 just came out, the first iteration of games, the first versions of the games that came out on Unreal Engine 5 were simplistic. They didn't really utilize a lot of what the engine had to offer, right? Now, a couple years down the line, what have we seen? Newer games, right, are getting better and better at utilizing the different tools in Unreal Engine. But Unreal Engine also has its own limitations. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of complexities when it comes to it. It's not just like, yo, new engine equals better game. That's not how the equation works, chat. That's not how it works. You know? Oh, you guys are... Derek said, I'm not emptying my vault. That's a personal problem, dog. We don't need a Destiny 3 because you can't clean your vault. Like, what? Oh, man. Logic said, when Destiny 2 came out, the only thing you could bring was your clan and faction when they had them. Yeah. Yep. And your characters. You were able to bring your character over from D1, which was cool. That was really cool. Like that little opening montage they did in Destiny 2 when you started and it showed all your moments. That was sick. That was sick. New engines mean hardware upgrades for everybody. That's also true. Oh, I'm about to butcher this name. I apologize if I butcher your name, but Anihio, appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying the conversation. Trent said, I have nothing against reprising old weapons, but even if D3 happened, about 100 of those new vault spaces will be taken up by reprised D2 weapons. So we're back to square one. Exactly. Because you know what's crazy about that statement too, Trent, is people are going to ask for old stuff back. How do we know that? We just did it in Destiny 2. While Destiny 2 has been out, what have people also been asking for? Oh, they should bring back this. They should bring back that. Oh, they should bring back this. Oh, bring back Wrath of the Machine. We've been begging for stuff to be brought back from Destiny 1 for the entirety of Destiny 2. And I don't have an issue with that. I have no problems with reprised content. You know, like I posted a TikTok about the game feeling fresh and renewed and whatnot in Edge of Fate. And I had a ton of comments of people saying, I don't know, man, they're reprising a lot of old content. I don't know how much of it is going to be new. And I just kind of have to scratch my head, chat, because I know we sit here and we watch all the reveals, we read the blog posts, trailers, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't remember the last time Bungie dropped a DLC or seasonal content and the majority of it was all reprised content. I'm talking about the activity, just copy paste, weapons, copy paste. I don't remember the last time we've ever had something like that. I'm just saying. Like, reprised content is usually always supplemental. It's just something there. It's just something nice to have on the bottom at the base level, you know, to just kind of bring up, you know, whatever the other content is. It's usually what it is, right? People have never complained about reprised raids. You guys still want Wrath of the Machine back. I don't see any complaints there. So it's like, I've never understood the negativity when it comes to reprised content. It's like, it's just additive. That's it. It's not replacing anything. It's just additive, you know, and all of it is usually free. So, you know, but that's neither here nor there. But let's see. Engine isn't a promise of a better game, for fuck's sake. Yeah, exactly. Ubisoft did the same shit with the Division and the Snowdrop engine. Game has been on the same engine for nearly a decade and it still looks phenomenal. If you have the GPU that can push it, that's what I'm saying. It's not about the engine. Like, it's about what you're doing. It's about the creativity, chat. It's about the creativity and the imagination of the devs to deliver on a promise of something new and refreshed. That's all it's about. And that's what Edge of Fate is, literally. Edge of Fate is literally Bungie showing you, like, hey, we can do new things and different things. We can come with fresh ideas. That's what it is. A new engine does not give you that, because the developers still have to make something in the new engine. You know, Bungie could come with a new engine, chat, tomorrow in a Destiny 3, right? And they could just give you the same Destiny you've been having for years. They can come with the same build craft system. They can come with the same stat system, the same armor and weapon system, you know, same story, cadence, and delivery, all of that in a new engine. A new engine does not change the game. Bungie has to change. That's the thing that needs to change here. That's why I keep saying a new engine is not necessary. If Bungie can deliver on new and fresh ideas like they appear to be doing in Edge of Fate, the game will be fine. Do we eventually need a new engine? I don't know. Should we, or could we, or do I want a new engine at some point in the future? Sure. Do I want a Destiny 3? Sure. If Bungie's working on that on the back end, I'm not mad at that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with a new engine. But all I'm saying is this conversation and narrative about we need it is just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, there's nothing that has proven that we need those things like yesterday. You know, and again, I'm going to keep saying it. You can go and point to launch days, blunders with the servers, and, you know, crazy bugs with the crafting, all that stuff, and say, yeah, man, this is why we need a new engine. You don't think that shit can happen in a new engine? We're just saying stuff, chat. I don't, like, you know what I mean? Now we're just saying things. Yo, Optimus, appreciate the follow, my dude. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, man, like, that's, you know, I could go on all day about this shit, to be honest. Does even Nightfall still haunt you with all the bugs? Y'all want a new engine? Yo, bro, like, look, the new engine could come and all the bugs could come right along with it. That's all I'm saying. You know? Sock said, I want to see Destiny on the Decima engine. I don't know what that is, dude. What is that? And I know it's not possible, but a Destiny game built on a Decima engine would probably go crazy. What is that? What's a Decima engine? I have no idea what that is, my dude. Chat, what's a Decima engine? But yeah, man, those are my thoughts, chat. Those are my thoughts on the Edge of Fate reveal from today, the game, a whole bunch. We went into a whole bunch of stuff, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. Oh, the Decima engine is the Death Stranding engine. That would be kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. That level of like photorealism in Destiny 2 would be kind of tough. That would be kind of tough. Would that be possible though? I saw there was an image with Norman Reedus from like the first Death Stranding and the second one. Like, it's like night and day. Crazy. I gotta find that image somewhere. You said, despite the community, Bungie's finally in the AAA conversation. I'm here for it. Decima engine is the vision. Sony owns it through Guerrilla Games. The homie Kojima helped collaborate on it. Death Stranding looks immaculate. Therefore, Destiny on Decima stat. Also, Destiny and Decima start with D. So do it up. Oh man, what's going on, Prime? What up? Is Guerrilla's engine that Kojima used for Death Stranding? Got you. Okay. I mean, yeah, those games look amazing. Now, can you build a live service game in that engine? Probably not. Like, probably not. That would be a dream, though. Face capture with D2? Oh my God. That would be some shit. Bro, if we had face cap in Destiny 2. What game has done face cap good though? Like I know the only game I can think of that does face cap is like 2K. I don't know any like RPGs or MMOs or any like open world games. I don't know any game that does face cap. I don't know of any one. Yeah, 2K is the only one I know of. Run steady 60 FPS on performance mode on baseline PS5. They cooked up some magic. Oh, I mean, I believe it. I believe it. You said Death Stranding's engine could make me look good. Decima is ahead of the curve by a good margin. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems like a pretty insane engine. Like when we first saw Death Stranding, when that game first dropped, we were sitting up here like, God, that's insane. Like the visual fidelity, like the graphical realism of all the characters and the environments and stuff like that. And the second one just looks even better. It's crazy. Yo, what's going on, Bones? Rainbow Six Vegas did it, but it wasn't great. I didn't even know they did it in that game. I did not even know they did it. Chat, I'm gonna play a little bit of D2 if anybody wants to run some stuff. I don't really have anything I need to do. We do have a new quest though today for Ride of the Nine. So if anybody wants to run some Ride of the Nine, some Eternity mode dungeons or whatever the case is, we could do that. Otherwise, I'll probably play a little bit of PvP. Maybe we'll do our 3 matches. And then once Alexa gets home, whenever that is, we're gonna head out to go and vote for the New York City mayor. But yeah, man, how's everybody feeling today, man? I know in the East Coast the heat wave is real, so hopefully everybody's staying cool, staying inside, indoors if you can. You know, unless it's not possible. If you're working outside, man, I pray for you because that's insane. That's insane. Oh, that ship was from Eververse a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. I keep meaning to post our like Eververse reaction clips because like last week they were selling, I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, they were selling like the chainsaw ornament for Monte Carlo, and then Zur was selling the catalyst for Acreus. But I dropped the ball and forgot to post that clip. But I need to start doing that. Also, chat, don't forget, make sure y'all are picking up your free bright dust every single week. We're going to be getting free bright dust every single week. It's 700 bright dust until Edge of Fate. It's been going on for a few weeks now. Forgot to give you guys a heads up, but every single week, make sure you guys pick that up from Eververse. Bones with the 37. God damn, son. 37 months. Appreciate you, Bones. The heat down there is diabolical. Bro, I feel like everywhere is 100 degrees. Everywhere. The sun is keeping it 100 disrespectfully. Bro, it's crazy. Hey, Google, what's the weather outside?
It's sunny. Today will be high of 102, low of 82.
Did y'all hear that shit? It's 102 degrees outside. It's 102 degrees outside. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. Has he been frying my wife's plants? Oh, damn, dude. Yeah, we got some plants in the window. I haven't even opened up the windows. All the windows in this house are closed. I'm not letting no humidity in here. We've been closed up for like 2 days. Like I open it up at night for a little bit to let like the breeze blow through, but we got the air purifiers running and the ACs be on, and that's it. Like it's humid outside. As soon as you go outside, the heat wrap you up like a coat. Arizona? Nah, I'm in New York, but we got folks all along the East Coast. The whole East Coast is cooking right now. The whole East Coast is cooking. That shit said 91 feels like 104. I opened the door at the office and my eyebrows damn near burned off. Oh my God. Arizona's probably like 120 right now. You could cook breakfast on your driveway. Oh man, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Chat, should we buy this? The ornament for Vex? Should we get this? You'd rather have an Arizona 110 than a Florida 91? Really? Two things you'd have to do in this heat: drink water. Hey, watch how you talk to me. Oh my god. Yeah, nah, dude, it's crazy, man. when I went to work yesterday, because I had to go in the office on Monday, and I went to just walk from my home to the train, and as soon as I got to the train station, I was drenched in sweat. Everybody in the train station was dripping wet. It was crazy. It was drenched. It's so hot, chat. It's so hot. And I love the heat. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still went out. Like, all my coworkers were like, I'm not going outside. I said, y'all tripping. I'm going on my lunch break. I went outside on my lunch break. I went, got my lunch, went to Central Park, and everybody's sitting down in Central Park. It's hot as shit, but I mean, you know, I enjoy it. To be honest, I went outside earlier and I just shot around for a little bit, you know, but I would not recommend doing that, by the way. Like, stay inside, stay safe, stay hydrated. Don't be outside acting crazy. Yo, what's going on, blood? You say, yeah, it's hot out here. You said it's nothing new. We went through worse when we were younger. I mean, that's true. When I was younger, and I would go down to South Carolina, and we will hoop. So my cousin was going to USC, and I remember he was staying in the dorms, and we were outside. And down south, there's no tall buildings or like a ton of trees to like give you shade. So we're playing basketball on courts that are like just out in the sun in the open. And we're out there cooking in the sun, chat. Fucking cooking in the sun. But you know, it was fun, man. It was fun. Fun times. 115. Dude, we've had hot weather, you know what I'm saying? We've definitely had hot weather. Like, this is, I feel like it's been a while since we've had like heat like this. Especially for like this length of time. And it's like all day. It's like there's no reprieve. There's no like, yo, it gets cooler at nighttime. Like, it's a little bit cooler, but like it's still hot as fuck. It's still hot as fuck. You walked to school to vote this morning? To the school to vote this morning? Pretty sure you caught a heat stroke or something. Chill, dog. Oh, man. That's before we got old and our bodies started deciding they don't want to work like they did back then. That's fact. Yep. But yeah, man. You guys make sure you hydrate. Stay in the stay outside the sun as much as you can. As much as you can. You know, especially if you got pets and stuff, you know, make sure they get hydrated, all of that, you know. Why can't I pick this up? Requires elegant arsenal, greasy luck quest completion. Oh, I didn't finish that. Oh, I need to finish that. Chat, I know it's early. We don't usually stream this early, but I don't know if anybody's home. Just let me know in the chat if you want to run some Ride of the Nine. Just to do the quest. If not, I'll probably just, you could run it on Explorer mode, right? I'll probably just do that. I need to do Spire the Watcher. And don't I have the other one? Oh, you know what? I think it's probably on my Titan or my Warlock. Yeah, it's probably on my Titan or my Warlock. So let's do Spire the Watcher. Let's knock out this quest. Yeah, that's for Terminus Horizon. Okay, we'll do that, knock out the quest, and then I'll probably switch up to my other character. All right, bet. Let's do it. The sun is disrespectful as shit. You know what's wild? Yesterday, the sun wasn't even out. Like, I was walking to work. The sun was not out. It was just hot. Like, it was cloudy outside, but the humidity is just thick. You know? Thick as hell. All right, we got one more spot, chat. If anybody else wants to join up for some Ride of the Nine, Well, if we get one more, we can just run it on eternity mode. You say you jump on, but you're not moving from your bed, bro. What are wireless controllers for? You know what I'm saying? What are wireless controllers for? You don't got to get out the bed. Booting up, I bet. Cool, we got 3. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'll probably do, yeah, so we're gonna do Spire the Watcher. And then I'll switch up, if y'all want to do another one, I'll switch up to, I think it's on my Titan. I think the quest is on my Titan. And we'll do the other Link Goes to the Deep. I want to knock out all the quests because at this point, chat, should you be able to get the title for Rite of the Nine? I think you should be able to. Oh shit, I just realized you can get Polaris Lance and Arbalest. Okay. When they said more exotics, I didn't think they were talking about exotics outside of, like, you know, the dungeon exotics. That's actually kind of cool that you get these weapons too. Said you're on the portal. Everywhere is a gaming zone. Oh, you got the PlayStation portal? Need that heavy bow? Which one? You talking about Leviathans, the exotic? Or are you talking about the new heavy bow that's coming in Edge of Fate, the legendary one? The PC doesn't face your bed? Sound like a whole lot of chat. Don't that sound like a whole lot of excuses? That sound like a whole lot of excuses. Shit. By the way, I was supposed to say this earlier in the stream. I meant to say this before we started doing the live stream because I know we had some folks in the YouTube chat. I never like to let the YouTube chat feel like they're left out, but for my folks in the YouTube chat, we are multi-streaming on Twitch. I know it kind of looks crazy when you're in there and you're like, where the fuck is everybody at? Who is he talking to? We got the crew over here in the Twitch chat. We got folks over there in the YouTube chat. You know, shout out to my folks in the YouTube chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We get some more folks over there on YouTube. But yeah, man, I meant to say that before we started the Destiny live stream because I know that whole time I was chatting. I know whenever people pop into the YouTube chat, and we did have folks, I know they're probably like, who is he talking to? What? The new bow? Oh, okay, yeah. That's gonna be pretty sick. It's gonna literally be like a legendary wish ender, which I think is gonna be sick. You know, to have that. Let me see. Complete all 9 Elegant Arsenal quests. Do we have all 9 of these now, chat? I don't think we do. I think we need one more week, right? And then I need to do Ekthar, gold on Eternity. I need to do gold Spire for the first and last encounter, and then gold Ghost. And then whatever the secret triumph is. Do we know what the secret triumph is, chat? Is this known yet? Somebody asked me about some dungeon, like, I don't even know what the hell they called it. Like, basically, there's supposed to be some thing where you just fight dungeon bosses, like back to back to back, kind of like Pantheon. A lot of people were speculating that. I had people ask me that, but if I don't hear it from Bungie, chat, I don't even talk about it. Like, I don't even talk, because like, even if they pulled it from the you know, pulled it from the game, people, they data mine, if they pulled it from there, it's like, I wait for Bungie to say like, this is what's happening before I be like, this is what's happening. Because if I run off of rumors and speculation, it's like, okay, we still don't have the secret triumph known yet. So it's like, I don't know if that's true, if it's not true. You know, we can hope maybe it's true, but you know, I feel like that's always a dangerous thing to set unrealistic expectations. I know people want Pantheon, but it's like, Rite of the Nine ain't Pantheon. So I don't know if we're gonna get some kind of boss rush mode for 3 dungeons. I don't know if we'll get that. Need to do the triumphant. Need to do the triumphs. Yeah, I gotta finish the other triumphs and see. Maybe it unlocks then. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go load up into Spire. I'll shoot y'all an invite. But yeah, man, chat, we got 3 more weeks until Edge of Fate. 3 more weeks. That time is gonna fly by before you know it. It's crazy.
An old acquaintance among the hidden tells me that a Seraph complex recently powered on for the first time since
Yeah, we gotta chop up something for YouTube. Get some clips from the stream.
were reported. Anna flagged the site as a potential pillory bunker.
Yeah, I don't even know. I have like 4 bottles of water and a jug of water right underneath my desk. I actually need to check on my dog too. I'm watching my sister's dog while she's away. So for the folks who know Roscoe, Roscoe's in the building. Yeah, the pulse rifle, not this one. You're talking about the new the new heavy one. Yeah, I'm a fan of the new archetypes, like the new heavy, or not heavy, but the new like shotgun hand cannon or whatever. It's pretty serious. Oh no, not this modifier, bro. What is this shit called again? Haste. I'm not a big fan of haste. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the damage on it is wild. You're gonna have to definitely work on building into the ammo aspect. What is it? Why am I going blank on it? You're gonna have to build into ammo generation for sure for like weapons like that. But I think it's a fair trade-off, right? If you're gonna have a weapon that's, you know, pretty lethal, like a rocket-assisted pulse rifle, you gotta balance it with, you know, a pretty fair ammo economy. So, you know, I think it's gonna feel pretty rewarding once the build crafting comes out. You know, I think it will be. Because at first when it came out, a lot of people were like, I don't know how good it's gonna be because, you know, ammo economy. Like, I don't know how much ammo you're gonna have for it. You're gonna be running around starving for ammo. So it's like, yeah, if you don't build craft into ammo generation, absolutely, you're gonna struggle for armor, and that pulse is probably not gonna be, you know, as valuable for you. But if you build craft into ammo generation, and you know you want to center around, you know, weapons like that, like the shotgun hand cannon, and the rocket pulse rifle, you know, you'll probably be able to get a little bit more benefit out of it. Now, is there gonna be that much benefit to build crafting into it? We'll see. And the cool thing is we'll be able to go to the shooting range and we'll be able to test all these things out. You know, I think that's the best part about this, right? We're getting a whole new system and a place to test. Like, everybody can test now. So, yo, what's going on, crew? Yo, my dude, I don't know if you've been in the chat the whole time or you just pulled up, but man, you missed a live stream, dog. I was looking for people to run the dungeon with. Usually I know you be in here and you jump in, but your spot got grabbed up. So I'll pick you up in the next one though if you want to run one. But hopefully you're not somewhere that's blazing hot, crew, right now, because we're cooking over here on the East Coast. Your cheeks aspire, by the way? Nah, it's all good. We're only doing eternity, so you're fine. The chicken phase is the worst. You watched it on the Bungie side? Where's that I need that trader soundbite, bro. That's crazy, cruel. That's crazy, cruel. That's wild. That's all good though. Didn't get the drop? You telling me that you didn't watch the stream with us and you didn't get the drop? Come on, son. Oh man. But did you enjoy it though? Did you enjoy the stream? Or how'd you feel about the stream? What do I want to use for this? I think I'm cool with this. I'm ready. Oh nah. How you die back? Did you fall, my dude? It's stuck at 66%. Did you tune in late or something? You probably will be able to get it next stream. You probably will be able to get it. Because it's a 2-part stream, so I'd imagine it's going to be the same emblem next time. So, yeah. And they started the stream early, too. I want to say they started at like a half an hour early. So, yeah, you should be able to get it next week. How do we claim the drop? I didn't claim it off. you claimed it off Twitch already. If you claimed it off Twitch, it should be. I didn't claim mine yet, so it's not going to be here, but you should see it in your emblems under general. It should be here. Right, chat? That's where it goes. It goes under general, if I'm not mistaken. All that stuff. Oh, you don't see it in game? It might take a second. I know there's a way you have to like go on your profile and like sync the Twitch drops. So that might be what's causing the issue for you. I can show you that in a second. Unless somebody has like a thing they can drop to you there on like where to find it. But it's in your Bungie profile to like sync your Twitch drops. Yeah, there you go. If you follow what Cruel dropped in the Twitch chat, that's where you can go and refresh your drops. So if you didn't get your Twitch drop yet, try refreshing. Yeah, double check, make sure, and then if not, you can head to the Bungie website and refresh. Let's do this. I swear, bro, this mechanic, in my opinion, is like the most satisfying mechanic that we have, honestly. Like, this is my favorite mechanic in the game. It probably sounds crazy, but it really is. Like, this cable mechanic is super satisfying. And I remember when it came out the first time, I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't remember actually. When did this come out, chat? When did we get this, when did we get Spire? I don't actually remember when we got Spire. There wasn't too much info to get hyped by. Most of it we've already seen or heard. Well, that's true. I mean, if you've been following along with a lot of, you know, what we've already seen, it is more of the same. I'll say that we got a little bit more of a look at, you know, what you call it, like gear tier, armor stuff, you know, the what do you call it, the shooting range and whatnot. I believe we got a little bit more of an in-game look at that. But again, if you're somebody who watches the like all the creators who posted stuff, if you follow all the blog posts and whatnot, you're up on everything pretty much. Like you've seen a lot of the stuff. So yeah, at this point, I don't think there was a ton of new information to get hyped about. But I think that what we are seeing, like the new gear tier system, the new armor tier system, the new what you can call it, try not to get clapped right now. But yeah, the new gear tier system, the new armor tier system, the like the armor set bonuses, build crafting, all that stuff, and how that's getting deeper. The new weapon archetypes. I do think all of those things are, you know, things that I'm personally looking forward to, you know. But yeah, I 100% agree. Like if you've been following along with everything, you've already seen a lot of this stuff. So I don't really know at this point, chat, what Bungie could show it's gonna be new and fresh and make you go, oh shit, that doesn't spoil anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want them to show like story stuff. I already know there's gonna be new things coming in the game, you know, build crafting, weapons, all that stuff. I know all of those things are coming. So it's like I don't really want them to show anything else new, because I know people are like looking for this big wow factor, but I feel like the only way you're gonna get that is with like a big major reveal or some shit like that. And it's like, I personally, I don't want to have anything spoiled. I want to go into Edge of Fate and kind of be surprised. You know, I want to be able to jump in, play the new content, experience things for the first time, you know, without anything being spoiled. Like I know we're getting new stuff and it's like cool. I'm cool with that. But you know, it does, listen, for building hype, I know it probably sucks. but I'm maybe just looking at it from my perspective when I say that, where it's like I don't want to know more. But for marketing purposes, I would probably say like, yeah, Bungie could probably do a little bit more in the next live stream of like, you know, creating more hype and more interest. And I even think, you know, because next week is going to be about the Portal, chat, right? And looking at that, it's like, what exactly are we going to see with the Portal that can maybe build hype? I don't know. Like, what can you show with the Portal that builds hype? That doesn't spoil anything. Like, I think the only thing I really want to see from the Portal, because, I mean, we mostly know what's in the Portal. But the only thing I really want to see from the Portal is, like, what these new solo ops activities look like. Because I feel like that's honestly one of my big question marks with the Portal. Is like these solo op activities, these things that are, you know, meant for solo players. Like, what level of challenge can we expect there? Like, can you tune the difficulty of that? Like, can you challenge yourself in those? You know what I mean? Like, is there a higher ceiling to it than what it sounds like? Like, I want to see stuff like that. You say you don't know how you feel with the featured exotic gear for the expansion? Wait, what do you mean? Are you talking about the whole damage bonus thing? Like the 10% and the 15% damage resist? Chad, does anybody here not have or has been trying to get one of the polychromatic refraction emblems? If we have folks in the chat who still don't have this emblem, we could do a little giveaway. I wasn't planning on it, but we could do a little giveaway. But if you don't have this emblem, the one that I'm wearing right now, and you want to get your hands on it, just let me know in the chat. Just drop a 1 in the chat if you don't have it, and we'll just see. We'll see if there's anybody out here that wants to get their hands on one. If so, we could do a little giveaway today. All right. We got a couple. You say, yeah, like when they showed the exotic gear that was going to be featured with more damage or more damage resist. You know, it's so funny, Cruel. You should have been here, bro. We literally spoke about this, and we were all saying this earlier. Like, it really is not going to be that big of a deal. Like 10% damage and 50% damage resist is not a night and day thing. It's not a significant thing. You know what I mean? It's not going to be something that drops where it's like, oh, you need to have this 10, 15%, you know, damage resist, 10% damage bonus. Like, it's a nice thing to have to say like, all right, cool. If you wear the new stuff, you can get this. But I don't think that, you know, the way the community should be looking at this is if you don't wear it, you're missing out. Or like when the new content comes out, you have to wear it because you're selling if you don't. It's like 10% damage is 10% damage. We have damage buffs in the game that are way bigger than that. You know what I mean? The whole build crafting system just got reworked to where you can get way more damage resist than 50%. So like, it's a nice bit on top, you know, just to say like, hey, look, if you want to try out the new stuff, cool, check that out. Get a little cherry on top for damage and whatnot. But you know, I don't really have an issue with it because it's not significant. You know what I mean? It's not significant. Now, if it was some shit like 25%, you know, damage resist and like 20% damage bonus, then I'd be like, yo, that's kind of wild. Cause we know like those are numbers like you get off of perks and shit. Like that's significant. But you know, I don't think it's significant enough to where it's like a big deal for me. But you know. But yeah, we were literally talking about this earlier, and I was literally saying like, I guarantee you, people are gonna have some kind of issue with, you know, the bonus or whatnot. Oh no, I did not just bump my head. Said, I know it just feels wrong that most exotics I like to use are not featured. Yeah, but you know, again, like the only exotic you use for Warlock that was featured is Starfire. Right, and again, like it's a nice thing to have, but it's not necessary. Like if you want to use an exotic that's not featured, you're not missing out, you know? But I think that the whole point in doing stuff like that is for the folks who might not try out Starfire, you know, who might not want to get off their old stuff. It's a nice little nudge to just say like, yo, bro, like get off that shit. Like try something new, you know? Because we all know there's people out there who are like that. There's people where new content comes out and they never change their builds. They don't change anything, you know? So it's nice to have, you know, a little something to say like, all right, cool. If you use the new stuff, here's an extra 10%, you know? Like 15% is not gonna, you know, have you standing there with your Starfire face tanking the boss, just laying into you. Let's just put it that way. If there's a noticeable God mode type difference, I'll be upset about it, but I really don't think it's gonna be this serious. You said creators like Fallout asked them to do 10. You talking about the damage resist or the weapon damage? Because I think they mentioned during the stream that the weapon damage was 15% and they dropped it to 10%. So like the goal of it is not to be a significant thing, you know? Like that's not the intention. The intention is not to be like this, you know, 9-day difference where it's like, yo, if you don't do this, you're missing out. Like, you know, I don't think that's the point of it. And it shouldn't be the point of it, you know? It should not be a point of it. And we'll see, right? We'll see how it goes. Like after we go through this first, you know, DLC drop in this first season, we'll see, you know, we'll see in Renegades and later on in the year how this stuff, you know, feels and whether or not Bungie's going to continue to do it going forward, because they very much so could change it, chat. They very much so could change it. They could very much say, you know what, it doesn't feel good to give these bonuses and you know, people are not trying the new stuff like we wanted to, or whatever the case might be. Like that could very much be the case, you know, and Bungie just reverts it and says, you know what, it didn't go as intended. So, you know, if it's something that you really don't like, just keep giving the feedback. You know, we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. We'll give the feedback, and you know, it's not. We're not at a point where things are beyond changing. You know, so I just think that it's good that, you know, we're at a point in the game where we're trying new things. That's the biggest thing for me. Like I just want Bungie to continue to try new things. You know. The moment Bungie stops trying new things, that's where I have a problem. You know, that's where I take my issues. Is when Bungie says, you know what? We don't need to innovate. We don't need to come up with new ideas and whatnot. That's where we need to have a problem. Except for the raid race, it could be a problem unless they deactivate that specifically for the race. I don't think it'll be a problem though. Because again, like we're talking 10-15%, right? And in a day one race, yes, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice incentive also, because you're gonna have people, right, who are running the raid race and people are gonna be watching. And guess what, chat? It's gonna be a form of advertisement. And that's something that nobody's really considering, because it is. And I don't mean advertisement like monetarily. I mean like advertisement for players in the game. Like this is, people are gonna be watching and gonna go like, oh wow, that new machine gun's really good, or you know, that new weapon or whatever it is really good. Like it's gonna be a great way to advertise new content, you know, and get new players to say like, oh, I might try that out, you know. So yeah, something to consider. I don't think it's going to be something that breaks the game. Like the day one winner is not going to win because they had on, you know, featured gear versus the team that maybe didn't. The team that wins is going to be the team that performs the best, has the best strategies, you know, has the best chemistry. That's going to be the team that wins. You know, not the team that has 15% damage resist. Or extra 15%, I should say. You say, yeah, but I've seen so many people in Bungie's chat that said they picked some of the worst exotics that no one is going to use, even with that small buff. I have to take a look at that again, because honestly, I don't remember what all the different weapons were. We probably got the wipe here. I don't have my loadout on just yet. But yeah, I'm going to have to take a look and see. I'm pretty sure it's too many for you to list in the chat, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look and see, because I honestly, I don't remember all the exotics they said that were going to be featured. Work meeting, all good. Actually, I had to take a look at my work laptop because you just reminded me that I'm literally we're working, chat. We're working. I just need to make sure there's nothing crazy going on right now. Let me just give me 1 second, chat. Let me just check my messages and whatnot. I can't be going MIA. Okay. Yeah, I took usually days like this where there's a stream middle of the day. I take care of most of my stuff before all of this. So I shouldn't have anything major. What is this? Okay, I have to take care of that. Ooh. Ooh, I gotta look at this later. Okay. Got some salary updates. Bet. All right. I don't even know what to use for this, chat. I'll be honest. Maybe we'll just keep on the still hunt. We'll go Apex. I'm gonna go with an OG loadout. I don't really feel like switching. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if I still have down the swaps for this. I feel like I'm about to mess this up so bad. I feel like I'm about to mess this shit up so bad. What did I think of the live stream? I really enjoyed it, Queen. Really enjoyed it. You know, I kind of talked about all of my thoughts and everything, but I really enjoyed it. You know, I'm more so curious about what you guys thought about the stream. Like, did you guys enjoy it? It's only part one of, you know, their 2-part developer live stream, but overall, like, you know, a lot of this stuff is things that we've already heard about, we already know about. So, you know, it's not a lot new there. Like, we didn't learn something new, but we got a little bit more details on the things that we, you know, that we have learned about, and we got to see more of it in game. I'm ready, fellas. Let's do this. You know, but we got to learn a little bit more about what's going on with a lot of this stuff when it comes to build crafting and armor sets and whatnot. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. Like that for me, like y'all know me. I'm gonna be there. You know, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be playing. So, is Bolt Charge gonna be back? Yeah, Bolt Charge is a feature. Bolt Charge is a part of Arc, the Arc subclass. So Bolt Charge is not going away. The artifact bonuses from Bolt Charge, those are going away. But Bolt Charge itself is not going away. All right, we need Diamond first. Prime has that. Then we need Triangle, which is this way. I'll take care of Triangle. Okay, looks like Prime got the Diamond. Yep, Bolt Charge will be there. So all my Bolt Charge Titans and anybody else who uses Bolt Charge, like, don't even sweat it. Bolt Charge is not going anywhere. Got here fast as fuck. I mean, we're only doing Eternity mode, so it's not too crazy. What do we need now? Square. Okay. Prime is working on square, so I'll work on this square. Okay, got the last one here. I'll wait for you. You guys can head over. Been playing solar as of late, trying to get used to not having the perks to boost bolt charge. Yeah, and I mean, you know, when it comes to bolt charge, I think bolt charge is gonna be just fine. You know, like the damage bonus on bolt charge got nerfed even at one point. Oh shit, I lost the I lost the buff. You can shoot it if you have it. If not, we'll get it back. But yeah, like, you know, it's not gonna be like that much of a difference, I should say. My bad, bro. I didn't have the thing on me. So, you know, I think you'll still be able to use arc, chat. Put it that way. Like, you know, if you like arc, if you like bolt charge, I think building into bolt charge is still gonna be satisfying. You know. All right, we actually got a Minotaur right here. Perfect. I'll wait for... No, let's do it. Come back, come back. I forgot to go Transcendent. I fucked up my own rotation, chat. I forgot to throw my grenade and everything. Damn, that's rough. I'm not even throwing my Transcendent grenades. Look at this washed ass Destiny player, bro. Oh my god, yo, rotation was ass. My rotation was so ass. We could have won phase that. See, I gotta shake off the rust, dude. I gotta shake off the rust. That's so crazy. I forgot to do so many things just now. It's supposed to be throw stasis grenade, go transcendent. Did I just get kicked? What the fuck? Oh, my screen just went blank. Hold on one second. My whole screen just shut off. Hold on one sec. Oh my god, it looks like I'm playing a fucking Nintendo Switch game. Hold up. It changed my resolution. Give me a sec. What the hell just happened there? What the fuck? Bro, it looks like I'm playing a Nintendo Switch game. Look at this. 1280 by 1024. What the hell? Give me a sec. That was weird. My whole screen just shut off. Don't knock the Switch. No, I'm not knocking the Switch. I'm just saying, like, on the monitor that I'm playing on, like, if you was to stretch out a Switch resolution, it would look like this, what I'm looking at right now. That's that. No shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. Anybody actually got the Switch too? Anybody here got the Switch too? Let me see. What do we need? Diamond. Oh, it's all diamonds, but this one is done. Oh, okay, we're just working on 2 more of these. Cool. You did? You gonna get it soon? How do you like the Switch 2? I've heard there's a lot of games on there that people are talking about that look pretty insane, actually. You know, for being on a Switch. Like, a lot of people are praising what they were able to do with the Switch, which I think is really cool, man. I think it's really cool. I'm not a big, like, mobile gamer myself. When I say mobile gamer, I mean like playing games on small screens and whatnot. Like, I have a Switch. Never really played it. You know, never really played it. Just because I don't really play, like, I don't play games on my phone. I don't really play games on the go. So, like, the mobile gaming aspect was never really, like, a appealing thing for me. But DPS time. Let's do this. So, you know, I never really was too hyped about getting a Switch. But I think it's really cool, man. I do think it's cool. Like, I think they said that Cyberpunk was coming out on there, and they showed like some gameplay footage, and I'm like, that's insane that they're able to do that. You're able to put Cyberpunk on the Switch. Nice. Good flip, chat. Good flip. Good flip. I don't even need to do this, but whatever. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do, bro, to shake off that rust, because those rotations, that ain't gonna cut it. Ain't gonna cut it. The day one team gonna be looking at me like, do you even play this game? Are you sure you play this game? You said pre-ordered the MK World Bundle. What is that? Mortal Kombat? Talking about Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat on the Switch? There's a new Mortal Kombat game coming out. Pretty good. The frame rates are actually fast. That's what's up. That's what's up. Like, when I had my Switch, the only games I really wanted to play was Breath of the Wild and what was the other one? It was Breath of the Wild and Pokemon. That was it. Those are the only games I really like. I really played. Like, I have Mario, played Mario. Actually, that's one of the only games I actually beat on Switch was Mario. Forget which one it was. Not the newest one that's out, but there was another like new Mario that came out a couple years ago. One of those. But I actually beat those. That one was pretty good. But I never beat Breath of the Wild. I never even got Tears of the Kingdom because I never beat Breath of the Wild. So it's like, you know, eventually my Switch just ended up just sitting there. Because I'm the kind of person, like, the only time I can game is when I'm sitting at a screen. It's got to be like a monitor, TV screen, whatever. But like, I can only game on a big screen, chat. Where the fuck is the other one at? Oh shit, it's over there. Oh, we missed it. But yeah, like I cannot game on a little screen, not anymore. The days of playing on a Game Boy and all that kind of stuff, it's cooked for me. Cooked for me. Cause you know why too? You know what's another reason for that? Like when I think of mobile gaming, I think of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play when I'm on the train going to work. Motherfucker, I am not pulling out a Switch on New York City Transit going to work. I am not doing that shit. Like, that's not happening. You know, and the only other time I'd probably do that is on vacation. So, but even then, it's like I have a Switch and I never played on vacation. So it's like, do I really want to play like that? Probably not. Probably not. Mario Kart, you know what's so funny? Mario Kart, Smash Bros, all that kind of stuff. Those are like the party games everybody plays. I've always only ever played those games at events, like at parties, gatherings, whatever the case is. That's the only time I've ever played those games. I've never owned those games, but I've never wanted to own those games. Because I've always thought, I'm like, wow, who plays Mario Kart by themselves? Because I've always thought it's more of a social thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why would I want to have it on my Switch? You know, because I'm always the one going over to somebody's house, you know, playing it or whatever. So it's like, I don't need it. But then I found out when I got my Switch, everybody's like, no, dude, I got Smash Bros and Mario Kart. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, you people play that shit like by themselves? I didn't know that. Oh, son of a bitch. It's a social thing. I play Nintendo by myself all the time though. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like I personally, I never got into it like that. I sound like a crazy Nintendo hater right now, don't I? But I swear I'm not hating on Nintendo, dude. I swear I'm not hating on Nintendo, chat. I think Nintendo is awesome. I think their games are awesome. You know, it's just, at this point, like with the limited time that I have with work and stuff, I'm very picky with the games that I play. You know, so that's literally all it is. And I don't really have, you know, the time and the space to play a Switch. Really it. You know? most of the times when I'm playing, I'm streaming. So it's like I'm not streaming Nintendo games. So that's like 99% of my playtime right there. Oh, my bad. I'm like trying to glance at chat and read all the chat right now. I saw you said that MK was Mario Kart and not Mortal Kombat. My bad. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet actually run a performance like oh, that's pretty sick. Probably only play Pokemon and Mario Kart on Switch 2. Like what other exclusive Nintendo games are there though? You know, that are really gonna make use of the Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are those games? What are those games that people are like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna be playing the shit out of you know, this game, whatever it might be. I don't know. All right, let's do this again. Here. Where the fuck is the one in the middle? There it is. Did we not get them all? Oh my god, where the fuck? There we go. Bro, why did this feel like this had the most nodes of all the rooms just to shoot? Where's the chest in here again? Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, still gotta play it on Switch 1, mainly because how many glitches they patch in the new version. Low-key, I'm a Switch 2 hater, but only because that FromSoft Nintendo deal for the new Souls game. Yo, that shit is crazy that they actually got an exclusive deal with FromSoft for a is it an Elden Ring game, chat, or nah? Like, is it actually is it a part of that franchise, or is this like a whole separate FromSoft game? I mean, because that would be kind of crazy. Like, people are looking forward to, you know, the next Elden Ring or what's the one that everybody wants? Bloodborne 2. Everybody wants Bloodborne 2, and it's like exclusive on Nintendo Switch. That would be crazy. That would be insane. By the way, chat, we're gonna do an emblem giveaway right after we kill this final boss. So for the folks in the chat who wanted a chance at the emblem, we're gonna give away an emblem right as soon as we kill this boss. So make sure you stay tuned for that. You'll just have to enter a word. I'll give you guys a word in the chat. You just have to enter the word to enter the giveaway, and we'll give away another emblem. What do I want to use for this boss? That's a good question. Do I want to just go still hunt? I don't feel like I should. Similar to Bloodborne, called Duskbloods. Imagine it comes out and it actually has connections to Bloodborne. The community would be so salty on that. What do I want to use? Yo, what if we use Telesto? No bullshit, chat. What if we use Telesto? I'm just saying. Telesto. I'm dead ass gonna use Telesto. Let's see, what else? Let's use our Strand Cannon. Let's use that. Telesto and Apex. And we'll stay on Goldie. I feel confident I can hit the stomach. I feel confident. I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it. Telesto. 1K? I don't know, man. I feel like Telesto got something to say to 1K. I feel like Telesto got something to say. Telesto about to cook, chat. Sock said, I would, as the kids say, crash out. Yeah, I don't know, dude. We'll see. Let's do this. We'll see how it goes. I've never played Bloodborne, but, you know, for the folks who have played Bloodborne, when it comes out, I'm curious. I'm curious to hear what y'all have to say. You know, whether or not the game actually has ties to Bloodborne and how the community feels about that. Because I definitely imagine it would not. It's not gonna go over well. Not gonna go over well. All right. Let's see here. Nice, good stuff. Hey, what's going on, cheesesteak? I no way I just got hit twice with this shit. What's good, cheesesteak? We're chilling. We're doing some Riding the 9. We actually checked out the Bungie live stream earlier, so we kind of been chit-chatting about that the whole time. But you know, we're doing our best, staying cool right now as we get cooked on the East Coast. But hopefully you're doing well. Been busy at the restaurant? Oh man, you're outside? Hopefully you're not in the heat wave. I hope you're not in the heat wave. After we kill this boss, we're actually going to be doing a emblem giveaway. I'm going to repeat that again. For the folks that are in the YouTube chat, we're going to be doing an emblem giveaway right after we kill this boss. So if you're in the YouTube chat, be sure to pop over to the Twitch chat. That's where we're going to be doing the giveaway. I'll give you guys a code word that you're going to enter in the chat, and then you'll be entered, and then we'll pull a winner. Everything's on. Oh, here we go. It's so funny, like Eternity mode is kind of free, and because there's no tokens, you could just kind of bullshit around. Where do we need to go? That one's down here. I just need the chicken to come in here. Bring your ass, and then we're gonna start this shit up. You saw it? Nice. And good on you for being inside, because you definitely don't want to be outside right now. We just checked the weather. It's like 102 right now. Nice. I know you got the RG Ally, but Steam Decks are back in stock currently. Yeah, you know, it was funny. I thought about getting a Steam Deck. I really did. Like, I went back and forth between... Oh, I fucking missed. Damn, dude. Oh, I forgot to go transcend it. Dude, do I even play this game? Do I even play this game? I should have got some kills with Telesto to use the thing, chat. To use the thing. Oh, there's no way. Really? Hey man, I'm just saying, I'm gonna get some kills right now with Telesto. I need to act like I played this game and actually know how to use my stuff. We gotta build up some Harbinger seeds and not die. You just cop one for the kid's birthday, then you got a second one for you and wifey to share when the other one is playing. Oh, that's what's up, dude. That's what's up. Yeah, I was going back and forth really about getting the Steam Deck, but you know what honestly made me get the Ally was you can't play Destiny on the Steam Deck. You gotta like do some you could if you know do some stuff with the OS, but I was just sitting there and I was like, I don't really want to have to do that, you know. I don't really want to have to do that. So it's like the Steam Deck is good for what it is. The Steam Deck is good because of SteamOS. You know, so it's like, if I'm not making use of that, it's like, I don't really see, you know, the need in me having to, you know, having to just have a Steam Deck and I can't play all these other Windows-based games. Oh my God. That's messed up. So, you know, I decided to go with the Ally instead. And I don't regret it, to be honest. I played the Ally a lot, you know, when we've been on vacation to LA and stuff. And I know I just said that I don't play games like mobile games, But like when I needed to get on to do Destiny stuff, like there's been a couple times where I've been on vacation and people want to do Destiny stuff and I'll just jump on real quick. Like for stuff like that. Like it's cool for stuff like that, you know? But like I don't do like long gaming sessions, like, you know, some serious grinding or whatever. That much I'm not getting into. But I could, you know, we have the ability to. We gotta do right side first. Oh no, I was just saying I was going back and forth between the Steam Deck and the Ally, but ultimately I went with the Steam Deck just really because of the ability to play Destiny 2. That's it. That's the only reason. Because you can't play D2 and there's other games too that are like Windows based that you can't play on the Steam Deck. Hello? Oh, did I just lose my buff that fast? Damn. I need to build back up my Harbinger Seeds. Wait, do you not build up these things from kills, chat? Am I tripping? I thought you built up Harbinger Seeds from kills. I guess it's not from kills. Hold on, let me take a look real quick. Multi-kills with Void, immediately reload. Bro, how do you build up stacks of Harbinger Seed? My bad. I'm really trying to take a look at this right now. After activating... Yeah, I know that's how you activate the ability thing. I could have sworn it was kills, but I guess it's not. Okay. All right, you guys can start it up whenever. We're gonna kill this shit. If anybody has the thing. See, there goes one right there, off a kill. But why didn't he give me one off another kill? Weird. I thought I knew how this shit worked, but apparently I don't. That's very weird. All right, let's do this. Get in here, chicken. All right, as soon as we cook this boss, giveaway time. I'm trying to mention it a lot so the folks who, because I saw you guys mention there's folks in the chat who still want to get the emblem, so we're gonna give it away for folks who still need it. So if you want the emblem, make sure you guys are in the Twitch chat. Oh shit, I don't have the thing. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Thought I had it. Didn't I just pick up the buff, chat? Yeah, hit that crit. We gotta see how much damage, chat, do you think Telesto did? We gotta see how much damage Telesto did. Let's see, slide shot frenzy, no. You know what's funny? I actually don't know what I want from Spire. It's not really anything that I want too bad. Maybe the Wilder Flight with like slide shot bait and switch, maybe. But like the machine gun is like, eh. I already have commemoration and there's a ton of other, you know, machine guns. Like this one is good. Like if you don't have a good one, this one is good. Like don't get me wrong, but like I don't really need this machine gun. GG's, fellas. Oh, they don't show the damage? Is this just broken for everything? That's ass. I want to be able to see the damage, bro. We got 3 Wilder Flights. What did I just say that I wanted, chat? I swear I just said I wanted slide shot bait and switch and the game was like, bet. That's crazy. GG's, fellas. If y'all want to run Ghost of the Deep, you can stick around. Otherwise, if you get a drop off, it's totally fine. We can try to see if anybody else wants to run. Let me do this giveaway real quick. So give me 1 sec, chat, to set this up. Again, we're about to do the giveaway. So for the folks who want to get the emblem, hang out in the Twitch chat. I'm about to activate the giveaway in a second. Why am I forgetting the name of the bot? Let's see. Giveaways. Keyword. Here we go. All right, chat. Giveaway is now live. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. Exclamation point emblem in the Twitch chat. Exclamation point emblem in the Twitch chat. If you're in the YouTube chat, pop over to the Twitch chat. Exclamation point emblem for the giveaway. And let me actually show you the emblem so you know what you're entering the giveaway for. If you don't know what it looks like, this is the emblem right here, the polychromatic refraction. I got about, I want to say I got like 6 more of these to give away. So if you don't get one, you still got a good chance to get one. We got plenty more to give away. Exclamation point emblem in the Twitch chat. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Exclamation point emblem. Giveaway is now live in the Twitch chat. Yeah, GG's, y'all. GG's. We're going to switch over to Ghost of the Deep. Let me just switch over to my Titan. And then I got to pull this winner. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Say it's all over. Sandlock enters, so he's about to win because he's RNG. Bro, chill. No, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys me pulling the winner. So just so y'all see, it's fair. All right, chat, I'm going to give you guys 10 more seconds. Exclamation point emblem in the Twitch chat if you want to enter the giveaway for the polychromatic refraction emblem. The one that you see my hunter wearing right here. And pull a winner. Logic is the winner of the giveaway. Logic, you are the winner of the giveaway. Oh, I was about to say, wait, did you just enter just now at the last second and win? But I see you entered earlier. Yo, GG's, Logic. I'm going to send you over your code right now. Everybody who did not get one, like I said, don't worry. We still have more emblems to give away. So you'll get your hands on one. Don't even worry about it. We'll probably do another giveaway in a little bit. Let me get that code for you. And I'm going to whisper it to you on Twitch. Just give me 1 second. Let me actually see if the quest is on my Titan. I hope it's on my Titan. Maybe it's on my Warlock. Nope, it's on my Titan. All right, cool. So we're going to do Ghost of the Deep. I'm going to run it on my Titan. And for the folks who are going to be joining, feel free to join up on me when you're ready. I'll be in the dungeon while I get this code. And then I got to confirm, I'm pretty sure I have like 6 more emblems to give away. Oh, and then I almost forgot, chat. We have another bigger thing to give away. Which I'm gonna let you guys know in a second. I just want to get this code real quick for Logic. Not me having a cutscene. What was this cutscene for? I don't even chat. What was this cutscene for? I don't even remember where this came from. Okay, let's do this. All right, Logic, you should see a whisper from me in a second on Twitch. Hold on, I'm just pulling up your name here. What's your name in the Twitch chat? Oh, I forgot I could just do that shit from right here. Actually, this whole whispering shit is new for me, so I'm like, I didn't even know you could do this. Oh, that was the beginning of the dungeon, bro. This is what happens when you're doing like 10 things at once. I forgot I loaded into the dungeon. It's just the just don't mind me, chat. Don't mind me. Why is this not working? Do I need to do it in a browser? Hold on, I'm trying to send you your code. Let me try it here. I just want to make sure you get it and then just confirm first in the Twitch chat that you got it. Just so folks know that, you know, we're not out here scamming people. We're giving away codes. It's legit. There we go. Okay. Let's share your code. All right, Logic, I just whispered you your code. Just confirm first in the Twitch chat that you got it. You can redeem it if you want to. Make sure it works. But I just sent you your code. Now, let me look at this other thing real quick just to... Got it. Okay. Chat. So the other thing that we're going to be giving away, and if you're in the Twitch chat, YouTube chat right now, oh, you got it? Nice. Let's go. Let's go. So the other thing that we're going to be giving away, chat, is going to be, actually, you know what? I want to pull it up because I want to make sure that I'm not underselling or overselling what we're giving away. I want to make sure I'm telling you exactly what you're getting. So just give me 1 sec. Giveaways are new for me, chat. So don't mind me. This is all new territory for me, but I want to make sure that I get you guys. Let's see. Yeah. So chat, we're going to be giving away 1 copy of the Destiny 2 Year of Prophecy Ultimate Edition, courtesy of Bungie. So shout out to Bungie for that code. But we will be giving away 1 copy of the Ultimate Edition version, not the collector's edition with all the stuff, the Ultimate Edition. So it's going to be the full year of Destiny. We have 1 copy to give away, 1 code on any platform, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Epic, whatever platform it is. So we're going to give that away right before Edge of Fate. So not today. We're not going to do that today, but we will be giving that away. I'm going to announce some more details on that coming up in the future, but that will be given away before Edge of Fate drops. So I wanted to let you guys know that here today, we're going to finish up all of our emblem giveaways, and then we'll give away 1 copy of the Ultimate Edition for the Year of Prophecy Destiny 2. That's Edge of Fate, Renegades, all the content, everything that's included throughout the whole year, dungeons, raids, all that stuff. Everything is included in the Ultimate Edition. So yeah, that's I'm pretty excited to be able to finally announce that, but let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You said that link I posted was not a typo, that was intentional. Wait, what did you I didn't even see this. Oh my god, yo, Socks posted the Kendrick meme when Saiyan didn't win the giveaway. He posted the Kendrick meme in the chat. Oh my god, that's fucking perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect. But yeah, man, so I'll give you guys some more details on the giveaway. Obviously I'll announce it on stream, but if you follow us on socials, you know, whether that's on X, Blue Sky, we'll announce it, you know, on all the platforms. I'll put something up on YouTube as well. Yeah, we're gonna do that giveaway, and the giveaway is gonna be done on Twitch. But it doesn't matter if you're in the YouTube chat, Twitch chat, whatever the case is. We'll do the giveaway in the Twitch chat, but I'll make sure that I give folks enough of a heads up so that people can they can know that it's coming up. So hopefully you don't get surprised and you miss out and you're like, oh well, shit, I actually wanted that. So I want to give you guys an ample time. Do we have one more person possible that could join us for this Ghost of the Deep run, by the way? We do have 1 spot available if anybody wants to join up. Let me put on a loadout. I need to finish the catalyst for this Lodestar. Did anybody actually finish this? I'm 49% done. Like, I don't even know how good this thing actually is. I feel like early on when it came out, it was cool, but like nobody's really talking about it. So I don't actually know if it's good, decent, busted. Like, I just want to use it because I think it's cool. So I want to get that catalyst done. Let's do... Yeah, let's get commemoration. And Prime, we could just start running, honestly. I'll see if anybody else wants to join the school. I mean, if you have a third also, you could pull him in. No worries. Let's do that. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's do this shit. We'll probably do one more emblem giveaway, chat, after this run. We'll give away one more. So if you didn't get a chance to win an emblem in the first giveaway, just stick around for the next one. Yes, sir. You can join, never done on high difficulty. Nah, you don't have to worry about lives. We're doing it on eternity mode, so you should be fine. You can join up. Fire team is open. Yeah, we'll do one more giveaway for an emblem after we kill this boss, the final boss. I mean, I do kind of like how this thing shoots. I feel like it doesn't hit that hard, but it does pretty good damage. The arc exotic. What is this thing called again? Lodestar. I feel like it hits pretty hard. You know? I'm pretty sure the bulk of its like the bulk of its purpose is to use it with arc builds. So like after the artifact goes away and all the buffs to all the buffs to bolt charge and stuff go away, I feel like, you know, something like this is going to be really beneficial, especially in the new build crafting system. Could be pretty good. Could be pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot what the damn symbol was. I did not pay attention to the symbol, chat. Shit. I think Prime got it. I want to say it was the spider looking joint. I want to say, yeah, that's the one. I want to say it was that one. Which mode does more damage though? Like the pulse mode or the trace mode, I wonder. That's 5k. Wait, what? Why is it doing more damage? Hold up. 5k. 5k. Where the hell was 11k coming from? See, this is gonna be nice. When Edge of Fate comes out, we're gonna probably do like, I've never done this before. I've never done like damage testing, you know, on like a serious level. We did like some fun stuff with some folks in the chat one time in PvP. I never actually posted that. I should have, but I never did. But we might do stuff like that, you know, in the future, like damage testing with folks, you know, trying different things out. If you guys want to do stuff like that, because somebody asked earlier, is it going to be like a PvP damage testing in the shooting range? And that's one thing we haven't actually seen yet, so can't say with certainty. Not sure. I don't know if, you know, anybody who got a chance to play the game early mentioned that maybe in one of their videos. I honestly have no idea. So, you know, something that maybe we can test out and see. Or maybe there's a mode that enables when you're in there. You know what I mean? Like you're in the shooting range, you enable like friendly fire or something. That could be fun. That could be cool. But I think overall the shooting range is going to be a big dub. And it's huge that they actually are giving it to us day one when Edge of Fate drops. So you don't have to wait or anything. As soon as day one drops, you can go straight into the shooting range, try all your stuff, test the new numbers, because damage numbers are going to be changing with the power reset. It's gonna be a lot to do, chat. It's gonna be a lot to do. Give me a lot of things to do. Yeah, got you. You always need that one person that's in the fire team to pay attention, because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I just be. You ever just? I mean, of course you do, Chad. Destiny's that one game that you do that in, but y'all ever just zone out when you playing Destiny? Like, I feel like Destiny's one of those games, one of the only games that I play, honestly, where it's like I jump on and I could be doing anything, and I will just zone out just playing it. You know, like whether it's grinding, just shooting some shit, running around in the tower in a circle. Like I could just play this game and it's just satisfying to play. Like there's so many different elements of it that are just satisfying. You know, like right now we're doing this dungeon and it's like, you know, eternity mode is pretty light. If you actually want to have to focus and lock in, if you're the kind of person who does this stuff regularly, obviously, but that's gonna be ultimatum mode. But eternity mode is pretty chill. It's pretty chill. Hey, we got the Consecration Titan. I can't wait to see Titans running around with the Thor hammers and shit. That's gonna be fun. And the good thing is I actually finally finished up Prismatic. I had needed to do Prismatic on my Titan for the longest time, and I finally finished it. I think my Warlock still needs to do it. So I think I still need to jump on it and do it on my Warlock, but yeah, I finally finished up my Titan. My Titan Prismatic is all done. Time's it. Alexa should be coming home soon. Yeah, she should be coming home soon, so because we gotta hit up the polls, because I think the polls, what time do polls close for voting? Anybody in New York know at the top of your head what time the polls close for voting? I want to say it's like 7. It can't be 5. It can't be 5 because they gotta give people time. 7 or 8. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be like 7 or 8. Because Alexa had to go into the city today, so I'm actually waiting for her to come back before we head out. Ow. Shit. I wish there was something I actually needed from this dungeon. That's the only thing with Ride It at 9. I've seen a lot of people talking about, man, is Ride It at 9 better than Into the Light? And, you know, it's a whole conversation around that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Into the Light was cool because it brought like something new. You know, it brought Onslaught, which was completely fresh. A new idea was a horde mode. So it was nice, you know, even though the loot was reprised loot, it was the first time we had shinies, you know, and a lot of that loot had really potent combos on it. I see a lot of people saying that the Rite of the 9 weapons are not that great. I beg to differ. I think there's a couple weapons that are definitely worth having. They, you know, have pretty damn good combos. But I mean, I will be honest, like even at the base level of all these dungeons, I've never been crazy about Spire weapons. I've never been crazy about ghost weapons. You know, I've never been crazy about prophecy weapons outside of how they look. Just because I really like the 9 theme. But that's really it. So you know, you lose some of that excitement because yeah, it's like reprise stuff. But I do, you know, I'll give Bungie credit here. I do like that they brought it back, but they had a little something fresh, you know, new mechanics, little things here and there. You know, nice mechanic changes too. the ones that we want in the base activities themselves. Which I don't know if we'll get those. You know, that's a whole thing. I don't know if we'll get those, but we'll see. Because, you know, the whole thing is like if let me, oh, that's perfect. But yeah, the whole thing with that is, you know, kind of lost my train of thought there. I ain't gonna lie. What was I saying, chat? Something about Rider the 9? No, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Shit. Where's my bubble? I need a bubble. Oh, I'm supposed to drop. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm cooked. I'm not gonna make it. I didn't make it. They're nice now, you think? The dungeons and stuff? Yeah, I enjoy the dungeons right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the dungeons and stuff right now. Like I've always enjoyed running Spire. I've enjoyed running Ghost. I know a lot of people don't like Ghost because of the long traversal sections. You know, I get all of that. Do I need to wait? I'll wait for you. You know, so like I get that. I understand like the gripes with it, but I've always enjoyed like the wire mechanic in Spire. I've always enjoyed the encounters, the boss encounters in Spire. Like I've always enjoyed those. You know, like Ekthar is cool as fuck. Like I actually like the final boss encounter. Like, is it a little, you know, long and needing to run around and grab symbols and all that? Yeah, sure. You know, you could say that 100%. But at the same time, it's like, I think that's what makes each dungeon unique is that they all offer something a little different, you know? They all offer something just a little different, whether it's the theme or, you know, the type of mechanics. I think Bungie just needs to stay away from doing 4 of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 phases. I think they need to just stay away from that because to be honest with you, like doing 4 phases just feels weird. You know what I mean? It just feels weird, chat. I feel like, oh shit. I feel like when it comes to, you know, like the first encounter in this dungeon, when we had to do 4 phases, everybody was like, what? This is weird. 3 just feels right. 2 or 3. 2 or 3 feels perfect. 4 just feels like, all right, now you're just trying to keep me here. You know? And I know as I say that, Bungie's cooking up a brand new encounter for the raid or some shit. That's 4 encounters. So go ahead and blame me right now. But no, like in all seriousness, you know, I'm getting back to the point. I do enjoy I do enjoy Ride the 9. And I do think is it better than Into the Light? Nah, because Into the Light did a lot of new things and it was, you know, it was a first in a lot of different ways. And you know, it kind of goes into that whole conversation. It's like you can't, you know, you can't repeat first. There's always only ever going to be one first. You know, so, but for what Ride the 9 is, I think it's good. You know, the weapons are cool, the shinies are cool, the changes in Ride the 9 are cool. The I even think the story stuff is highly underrated with the 9 stuff and how we're preparing with the emissary. You know, I think that stuff is highly overlooked. You know, like I'm curious to see how that's going to transition into Edge of Fate once we get all the cutscenes and we kind of get all the information about, you know, what causes the emissary to basically jump ship and defect from the 9. Like what causes that? It's going to be kind of cool to see all of those things play out in succession. So yeah, I mean, listen, is it better than Into the Light? No, I think Into the Light did a lot of things better, but is it bad? No, I think it does a lot of things cool. You know, it has a lot of cool things to it. You know, but only time will tell, right? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I know everybody wants Pantheon. Everybody wants a Pantheon, but you know, you listen, chat. In all honesty, at some point, if you do Pantheon every time, Pantheon's gonna get old. You know what I mean? Pantheon's gonna get old. It's just a reality. You know? So you gotta keep that in mind too. It's like the thing that you like, more of it is not always good. You know? Now, if you find something you like and you get it on a rotation, you know what I'm saying? And you find other activities that you also like, and now you create a rotation of things that you like, I feel like that is a better way to go, personally. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a better way to go. So like, rather than always relying on, oh, we like this thing, just give us this thing again and again and again. It's like, no, we like this thing, cool. Put it in a bucket, you know? Put it in put it in the reserves. Because now we know we have that thing. It's like, all right, cool, people like this. Now we need another thing that people like, you know? And then you create like a library, a rotation of, you know, whether it's the activity itself or like type of activity or whatever. But you have multiple different things you could rotate between. I think that's a more sustainable formula, you know? Because if y'all worried about fatigue, bro, I promise you, if we would have had Pantheon again, I think people would have enjoyed it, right? But there would have started to be, you know, some cracks. There would have been some chinks in the armor. And then if you come back again with Pantheon next year, it's gonna be like, yeah, we need to do something different, you know? But then it's like, how do you change up Pantheon? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you change up Pantheon? How do you keep a boss rush mode fresh? I have not used my Thunder Crash yet. That's kind of wild. Oh, I forgot about haste. I'm like, why the hell do I keep dying? Because I'm standing still. Which I cannot do in Ekthar. I'm taking my super to orbit, yes. Yes, I am. My super is coming with me straight to orbit. What am I gonna use for Ekthar? I think we're gonna use Lord of Wolves, chat. We're gonna use Lord of Wolves, Thunder Crash. Or should we use Winter Bite? I feel like maybe we should use Winter Bite with the melee build. We could probably do that. It might be overkill for Eternity, but eh. Chat, as a reminder, if you're lurking, we will be doing another emblem giveaway after we finish up this run of Ghost of the Deep. So if you're chilling out in the chat, lurking, doing some other things, totally fine. Just keep that in mind. I lost my jump. That's fine. But yeah, keep in mind, we will be doing another emblem giveaway after we finish up this dungeon run. So we're like halfway through right now. Just in time for the yells. Bruh, perfect timing. And I'll repeat it also for the folks who are maybe just coming back. But we just gave away the first emblem. We will also, not today, but we just announced that we will be giving away one copy of an Ultimate Edition version of Destiny 2 Year of Prophecy for any platform, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Epic. I just missed my jump again. That's crazy. Not back to back. Not back to back. But yeah, I'll announce some more details on that giveaway coming up soon. So if you guys know anybody maybe who doesn't have a copy yet, or you know, is thinking about it, and maybe a giveaway, maybe winning a code might incentivize them to join up, share the link with the stream, man. Let them know, yo, you could possibly win a code here. And I mean, look, you guys already know you got a pretty good chance of winning it here. We ain't got thousands of people to contend with, so you know, folks, you got a good chance of winning emblems, and you got a pretty good chance of winning the game code. So, you know, I'm glad to be able to do stuff like that, man. It felt good to finally be able to tell you guys, because I've been holding on to that one. Like, when am I gonna announce it? So it's good to finally put that one out there. So we'll give that one away, like I said before Edge of Fate drops. But I just want to finish giving away all the emblems first, and give ample announcement and heads up so that, you know, more people know, because, you know, everybody doesn't tune into every stream. So, you know, you guys are here, so obviously you know first. But I want to give people enough of a heads up, you know. Yes, sir. Oh man. You said you knew what it was. It wasn't a secret. How did you know what it was? How did you know what it was? I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know. How did you know? The only way you could have known what it was is if you're actually my connect at Bungie. That's the only way you knew what it was. That's the only way. And this is a hell of a way to find that out. Dude, I always forget which one it is. I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. Do we know if there's more collectibles, chat? Maybe I need to watch a guide or something like that. There's supposed to be 6, right? I think there's 6 collectibles for Rite of the 9. And right now I have 4, if I'm not mistaken. But did the rest of the collectibles come out? Am I just behind right now? I'm probably behind. It's very likely. Yo, why are you chilling right here, bro? Thanks for the boost. You said, I mean, you kind of knew. You even typed Edge when you saw it. I mean, okay, you got, look, you guys had a pretty good guess. Very accurate guess. They're all out? Okay. Yeah, I gotta take a look and see where the rest of them are so that so that I can get that done. Let me switch to my melee build real quick. Let's go Worm Gods. Where did I put Winter Bite? 2 in each dungeon? Okay, so I have the ones in Ghost. And I have the ones in Prophecy. Hold on a second. I should have all of them then. Oh, I did get all of them. What am I talking about? I have them all. Oh, you know what it was? It's because I was looking at the you know, the engrams that are in the Rite of the 9 area that show you the cutscenes. I was looking at those as like my metric of collectibles, and I only saw 4, but I'll check when I go back. Thought I only had 4, but maybe I don't. Ooh, I got a heel clip Master of Arms. Okay. Let's see here. Let's just put this on. Be able to put that on. Each collectible had a mini cutscene. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought I only saw 4 engrams in the Rite of the 9 area for me, but I got to go back and take a look. Maybe I just miscounted. But I do have all 4. Okay, let's put this on. There was a bug. They had a bug. Bungie fixed it. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. I am ready to do this shit. I actually have rally flags. That is rare. How many do I have? 9. Okay. Chad, this is a rare sight. For me to have rally flags, that's kind of wild. Actually, Prime, do you want to do the symbols or you want me to do the symbols? It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, all good, Palmer. All good, all good. All right. Let's do this shit. All right, bet. All right, Queen. So me and you could just add clear. We'll take care of the wizards. Deposit the symbols. And Prime will do the mechanics. The symbols. You know, it's so crazy. This is the most I've ever used Winter Bite was in this dungeon. And it actually made me start using it even more. Like when we were doing Prophecy, cooking that first boss with it in Ekthar is so much fun. Like I don't play Titan much, but bro, this Worm Gods build with the glaive, it's nasty. And on top of that, melee stuff is changing in Edge of Fate. It's gonna be crazy. And glaives are getting a rework too. Like glaive melee is now gonna count as an uncharged melee. So now any buffs to uncharged melees apply to your glaive melee. Like glaives are about to be mad fun. Like even more fun, I should say, because glaives have been pretty fun for a while. I'm not a big glaive person, but you know, if you've been in the glaives, like you know, like glaives are pretty good. Worm God is nasty. Only gonna get more godly? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it is. Oh, that freaking Bane on that right side. Watch out. That Arc Bane. Bro shocked the shit out of me. Oh, I thought I saw something over there. No, you bitch. Shrindar was hitting tangles before that was a bug. They just added it in. Oh, wait, what? You telling me they turned a bug into a feature? That's pretty nuts. It's a cool exotic though, the one that we're getting. It is a cool ass exotic. All right, we got all three of these. Oh shit, I just realized. Oh, I still have one, okay. You can deposit all of them. I'll wait for Prime is good. All right, Queen, you can head over for DPS. Ooh, okay. Good damage, good damage, good damage. I love it. I love it. All right, I gotta get some more heavy ammo. It just feels so satisfying to be meleeing a boss that close. You know what I mean? This is something about like melee gameplay that we don't really get that much of. Like, y'all remember that there was an artifact mod that worked with swords? It was like to give you damage resist or some shit like that. I forget what it's called, but it was a really popular artifact mod. That really made a lot of people use, you know, swords more often. And that's kind of what glaives do. They give you like that close combat gameplay, especially now that they're more, you know, they're buffed. And you have this new like animation that gives you bonus damage on the full combo and stuff. So, you know, with all these changes, like glaive gameplay is really improved. I'd really like to see some of that love come over to swords, because I love swords, bro. Like Lament, one of my favorite exotics of all time in Destiny. You know, I love that sword. And even with the nerf to the healing, I still think that sword is good. you know, damage wise. But obviously there's room for improvement, you know, especially with glaives being as good. Like swords could use some love. Swords could use some love. And obviously, you know, it's a different style of play. Like it's a risk, you know, it's a risk reward type of play, right? It's like, all right, you want to be up that close, you're going to be at risk. You possibly could die. Yeah, but you know, there's some improvements they can make with like the damage resist values and you know, build crafting maybe into survival if you want to go with a melee based build. I think that's something that could be, you know, something that could be done. Let me not die here. But yeah, I think that's something they could do, you know, like if you want to go and make a melee build with a sword or a glaive and you don't want to die, like in close combat, you got to make sacrifices, you know, so you might need to sacrifice your, you know, your super stat or whatever the case is. So you can't build into, you know, into your super and whatnot. Like those kinds of things, I think could be a fair trade-off to get that damage resist and you know, maybe you can't build into weapon damage bonus because that would be kind of crazy, right? To be able to build into damage resist, weapon damage bonus for your swords and whatnot. But who knows? Who knows? A lot of potential there. A lot of potential there. All right, we got one more wizard. Where you at? Where'd that last wizard go? I thought I heard the wizard spawn, but I don't see it. Did anybody else finish a ghost? Oh, okay, there we go. You are cooked. Bungie, the next quality of life upgrade, whatever you want to call it. But the next quality of life change I want to see come to Destiny, bro, is to be able to check your damage per encounter. Like, I'd love to be able to take a look and see, like, how bad did we just beat up on Ektar? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much damage did Winterbite really do? Like, I need to be able to see that damage. You know, like a post, you know, post boss check screen or something like that, or maybe like a little flag that pops up off the body, or maybe it floats over the chest. I don't know. Whatever it is, like, I'd love to be able to see the damage you do, like, per encounter, not just final boss. Even if they did like a per encounter wrap up at the final boss, I would take that too. But oh, that's not the way. Hold up. Other way. Yeah, when you come back down, Queen, come towards us. Oh, now I'm about to die. Yep, there you go. All right, we are headed to the final boss, chat. So again, we're going to be doing one more emblem giveaway after the final boss. So if you want a chance to win a polychromatic refraction emblem, we're going to be doing one more giveaway. You've seen 8 mil on your team from Winters? Oh shit, that's what's up. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the high end, what the low end is. So like 8 mil is a lot of damage. You know, that's a lot of damage. But like, I want to be able to compare it, you know? I want to be able to do like just like you see creators do when they go into grasp, and they do damage testing on the ogre, right? That's the second encounter, and you have to wipe to see the damage. It's like, all right, cool, but to be able to do that without wiping would be nice. That would be nice. Pops a strand super too. Oh, you're talking about like the interesting. That I don't even know what it's called, but that strand super for Titans, I've actually never used it. Is it even good though? Like I know, I mean it's a melee super, so not a lot of bosses you could really take advantage of melee on, but I'd imagine for the ones that you can, I mean, is it good? Like, does it do a good amount of damage? His damage rotation is crazy on his prismatic. Yeah, if you got a good damage rotation, you could fuck up a lot of stuff in this game. Like damage rotation, you know, that's a skill right there. That takes, you got to work at that to get your timing down and whatnot to really like optimize and maximize. I mean, it's not something that you really need to do for most of the content in this game, but it's fun as hell if you're able to do it. You know, it is. It's fun as hell if you're able to do it. Like, it's so satisfying watching people like get rotations down like that. It's pretty nuts. All right. Final boss time. The moment everybody thought Oryx was going to be the final boss. I will never forget that shit. I will never forget that. When we landed here and we were all like, hold up. What do you mean? What do you mean Oryx is back? What should we use? Queensbreaker. Right? I'm saying, bro, when everybody dropped, the first time that we did Ghost of the Deep and we dropped down and we landed and we saw Oryx, bro, I promise you, everybody said the same shit. Holy shit. We're about to fight Oryx. And then we found out we weren't. But that would have been crazy, dude. That would have been crazy. Let me see. Queensbreaker, where you at? Let's get Supremacy. And let's switch to Curious. And then the witch was Harlem shaking in the middle like, nope. Facts. Fact. Oh, do I have on what I need? I do. All right, I'm good to go. Let's do this. I won't start it yet. I'll wait on you guys can emote when you're ready. Remove. All right, perfect. We could do damage, I guess, from wherever the last spot is. Like whoever's the last activation spot, we could just do DPS from there. Okay. Oh, let me take out these boomers. Every time I do this dungeon, the first thing I do is clear these boomers, because the boomers will fuck you up, chat. They will fuck you up. So like, definitely take them boomers out, because they won't respawn. So. What was the, I missed the thing. I don't know if my team saw it. Oh, she about to fuck me up. So many Banes in here, bro. So many Banes in here. And we're about to get more Banes? Madness. All right, let's see. We need toe, hand. Okay, cool. Prime got that one. I'm gonna get set up at toe then for the next one. You say, isn't a regular dungeon still harder than this version? Like doing the regular dungeon, is it harder than eternity mode? I mean, I think it depends on who you ask. Personally, I don't think doing a normal dungeon is hard. I think once you learn the mechanics in any normal activity, dungeon or raid, I think it becomes pretty easy. The real challenge only comes, I'm talking about once you know the mechanics, the real challenge only comes when you do like, you know, master modes and whatnot. But even then, it just comes down to execution, and that's all based on, you know, repetition, how well you learn the mechanics, how comfortable you are. But difficulty wise, I wouldn't say it's difficult. Oh fuck, I was looking for the water. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, how do other people feel about that though? Like, do y'all feel like the eternity mode of the dungeon is easier than the normal mode of the dungeon? I don't know. I feel like they're pretty similar, if I'm not, you know, I feel like they're pretty similar. You feel like this one's easier? Really? What about this one do you think makes it easier? All right, let's head into these rooms. We got that symbol, that symbol. Queen, if you want, you can stay in the middle room and do the activate the thing when we're coming out, so that we don't have to run over to it. But you can activate the deep side if you want. I'm gonna head into the room. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like, I don't think there's anything in this version of the dungeon that makes it easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you're referring to maybe modifiers or something like that that might be making it easier. Maybe. Okay, I got 3 dots. Ads are weaker, less aggressive. Really? You think so? I don't feel like they're, I don't know. I don't feel like they're weaker. I could be wrong. I didn't see anything about, you know, the ads being weaker or anything. I didn't see anything like that. I'm good. If you got the deep side, you can activate it. There we go. All right. Prime is coming out. Like, I know Explorer mode is easier. Explorer mode, the ads are weaker and less aggro, but I don't feel like Eternity mode kind of carries that same energy. I don't know. Maybe I need to pay attention a little more. You hated this dungeon before, now it's a cakewalk? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, since this dungeon came out, we've gotten a lot stronger. Like, we've gotten a lot stronger. Like, there's way more potent builds, you know, especially this season with the artifact mod. Like, we're way more potent with the new artifact mod and bolt charge. Like, you know, we're really strong. We're really strong. All right, Prime is out. I got you. Oh, wherever you gotta activate, dude, do it. I'm about to die. Let's go. Why am I using supremacy? Like, I ain't got this whole ass linear right here. Shorty, can you stop? This is honestly why doing like 2 linears with like a div is like perfect. Cause she loved jumping around like crazy. Don't leave her on a sliver. Don't leave her on a... Nah, I knew it was gonna happen. I swear, Chad, I swear I knew it was gonna happen. That shit happened to us last time too. That shit happened last time too. All right, well, we're almost done with this boss. So as soon as we finish this up, emblem giveaway, chat. Emblem giveaway. You know what it was? You know where I fucked up? I was using Supremacy a lot in the beginning. If I'd have just went straight to Queensbreaker, we probably would have got it. But that's on me. I sold my damage. All right, what do we got? We got Stickman. All right, perfect. Oh shit, she is right here. What are you doing? She is chilling in Oryx's hands. Like what? All right, got that. All right. I'm gonna go get the next one. Oh. Wait a second. I am tripping, chat. Wait, did I just get that shit? Wait, hold on. What did I just do just now? What did I just... Chat, what did I just do just now? We didn't even have the things out yet, and I went in and I got a symbol already. That's crazy. Did I just guess that? What the fuck? Did I just guess one and get it right? What did we just do just now? We still need pizza and bars. Yo, I've never done that before. I don't know why. As soon as we finished that first phase, I just kind of locked in like we were going right back to it. I just went back in the room. I don't know why I forgot we needed to figure out where we need to drop it, but okay. I guess you can go and get symbols before you actually find out where you need to drop them. Or do them simultaneously, whatever. All right, this one's pizza. All right, pizza. Now we gotta get knee. Yep, we need the knee one. Oh, the fuck? What am I doing right now? I ain't been on this side of the room in so long. All right, coming back out. How are we gonna be doing damage at the knee? Damage at the knee. I'll wait for y'all. Good night. No. The amount of times I've done this dungeon and forgotten to kill the ghosts is it's a little embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little embarrassing. Let's go. GG's. GG's. This is the only dungeon that actually shows you your damage. It's not broken. Did we get anything good? We didn't get any shinies. Not a single one. Reconstruction explosive. That's not bad. That's not terrible, chat, but you know what? Got a lot of these. Tracking explosive. Nope. Reconstruction bipod. That's interesting. The mag on that is probably crazy. Heel clip sword logic. I might actually keep this. I might actually keep that. Envious, adrenaline junkie. Yo, GG's to Queen and Prime. Appreciate y'all running. Chat, I'm gonna do one more giveaway for an emblem right now. If you're in the Twitch chat, YouTube chat, come over to Twitch chat. We're gonna do one more giveaway. And I have a feeling that you're gonna have a very high chance of winning if you enter this one. That was fun. I'm glad you were able to get it done, Queen. I'm glad you were able to get it done. That was your first time doing it on Eternity mode? Really? So you've only been doing it on Explorer mode? Or were you doing it on Explorer mode to like learn the mechanics? Because you did pretty good. I mean, we just did that whole run with no comms. So that was good. That was good. Okay, chat, giveaway is now live. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. If you're in YouTube chat, come over to Twitch. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. We're giving away the polychromatic refraction emblem, which I don't even have it on my Titan. Hold up. Hold up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. If you want to get your hands on a polychromatic refraction emblem, the one I'm showing you right here, exclamation point emblem in the chat, your chances are really good. I promise you. There's another emblem that I had from somewhere. I forget where I put it. Oh yeah, this is the one you get from pre-ordering Edge of Fate, right? This one right here, Chad. This one is one of my favorites. This is the one we got from, what was that activity? That exotic mission, Chad? Prestige? I was about to say Prestige. From Presage. I think it was like if you did it within a certain time limit or something like that, you're able to get your hands on this one. But this one is sick. This one is sick. All right, couple more seconds. Couple more seconds. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. Okay. All right, it's going to be a 50-50 split. Master Presage less than 30 minutes flawless. Oh, yeah. That was the one. That was the one. Exclamation point emblem in the chat. I said we have the last second one. I was just about to end it too. All right, let's go. Pull in a winner, chat. There's no way, dog. there's no way. Congrats to Derek in the chat. Congrats. RNGesus finally answered his prayers. RNGesus finally answered his prayers. Oh man, GG's, Brody. Chat, don't worry. We will have a couple more emblems to give away. Not today, but we'll give them out in upcoming streams. We still got streams leading up to Edge of Fate. We're gonna be playing Destiny leading up to Edge of Fate, doing more Rite of the Nine stuff. I got like 3 or 4 more emblems to give away. So we got a couple more, and then we have the Ultimate Edition Destiny 2, you know, to give away. So we got some things to give away, chat. We got some things to give away. All right, let's see. You said you did your time. Prime said you cheesed it with the 9-player. Oh, really? Wait, that was then? Damn, that was a minute ago. You did Presage with 9 people? That's crazy. That shit is crazy. I didn't even know you could do Presage with 9 players. The 12-player thing. I did when the 12-player glitch was out. We did Deepstone Crypt. We did Deepstone with 12 people. That was a good ass time. That was a good ass time. That was a really fun time. If y'all weren't around for like the 12-player glitch, where people are doing like activities with 12 players, this is before it was like an official thing. But man, like doing 12-player raids was a bitch to get 12 people. but if you were able to do it, it was super fun. It was a ton of fun. Do I think they should make that a feature? No. I mean, just look at what's the activity that we have? It's been a while since I've run it. What's that? Is it called Excision? Look at Excision, chat. Like it was fun when it came out in Final Shape. Not a lot of people run it now. There's a little jank, you know, bugs out a lot. Like if Bungie was ever gonna do a 12-player activity, I don't know if I'd even want it to be a raid or like an end game level activity, because I mean, shit, finding 6 people is hard enough for a lot of people. And I know people are gonna be like, just go in LFG. There's Discords, there's communities. You're right. Those things are there. But it's still difficult for a lot of people to put together 6 people at the same time. I mean, shit, we have a Discord with a ton of people, but scheduling is always gonna be an issue. So, you know, 12 players might be a little excessive. I think 12 players in a matchmade activity that's, you know, light mechanics and whatnot, or even like 12 players in a public space, you know, a public event style activity, I think is pretty fire. You know, that leans into one of my biggest requests, which is like making these spaces a little bit more playable, adding more things to do. That could be fun, you know, having a 12-player public event style activity, you know. But yeah, who knows? We know it's not coming in Edge of Fate though, because Edge of Fate doesn't look like it's bringing a social space that's gonna be built around, you know, having a lot of players. It feels like, personally to me, it feels like Bungie's going more in the direction of these planets and spaces feeling smaller. If y'all noticed that, right? With Final Shape, the Pale Heart was like a solo, or like you get some friends and you matchmake, or like you can matchmake into the what's the activity in the Pale Heart? You can matchmake into that, right? But it's not like a dynamic public space where people are just in and out and running around. That, you notice that, like, and I feel like that's going to be the continued trend when Edge of Fate comes out. Like, Kepler does not look like the kind of place where you're going to see Guardians just running around. It's not giving me that vibe. It's giving me more of like a solo player, you know, as they said earlier on the stream, like a dungeon type of feel more than a social space. Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. But, you know, maybe Bungie wants to get away from, you know, that aspect of the game. I don't know if I agree with that. I've always liked the planets. I've never felt like they've maximized the potential of planets, but maybe there's a limitation there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh, yo, GG's Prime. GG's. Appreciate you. But, you know, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Kepler is going to be interesting though. I do want to see how Kepler plays out, you know, the space itself. All right. Alexa just sent me a text, chat. So she is actually almost home. It's 4:30. I know folks are just about to end their days and school and work. Are people still in school? No, people graduated. School's over, right? Yeah, school's done. But people are about to head out for work. So you know, if you're about to end your day, or if you spent your day with us here today, appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the Bungie stream. You know, glad we were able to give away a couple of emblems. Looking forward to giving away a copy of the Destiny 2 Year of Prophecy Ultimate Edition in a future stream. Appreciate you guys for hanging out today, man, and catching the vibe on this Tuesday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, chat. Stay safe, stay cool, more importantly. And I will catch you guys all on Friday. Peace.
It's like